And a pleasant good evening to you and to yours, and welcome to Friday Night Lights here at Catherine A. Ford Field at Kelly Stadium. Good evening, everybody. I'm Alan Slaughterzinski, joined alongside my broadcast partner and play-by-play man here tonight, Anthony Knockreiner. And Knock, tonight it's a great night for football. It's always a great night for football, but the weather feels fallish, if you will, with a breeze in the air. Although I wouldn't want to walk across any parking lots and with the sun out. But with that said, it's great to be here tonight. This is where you and I began our broadcasting careers together right here at Holy Trinity MCC. We did a game, our very first season together here way back in the day. And tonight we circle back around, Knock. My goodness, I'm just looking at number 54. It looks like a truck out there for Holy Trinity just caught my attention. But Knock, I'm excited for this one because a lot of people have John Carroll as the favorite in this game, but I really like Holy Trinity's chances here tonight.
Well, I do too. I think Holy Trinity's got a great chance tonight, and I really like what they have as a team. Again, we're going to see. It all starts with Rico Buitrago, the quarterback. Jaden McMillan's had a fantastic season as well. This defense has done some really nice things too. So I think this is an even match game. This is a great contrasting of styles. We're going to see John Carroll, try and ram it down the Tigers' throats with their running game, and Holy Trinity's going to try and go over the top of the Golden Rams defense. So I think this is going to be an exciting ball game. I think we're going to see a lot of points on the board tonight, and I think we're going to be calling a lot of really, really good, talented football players' names this evening.
No, I couldn't agree with you more, Knock. And I think Jeremy Pittman Jr., 53 carries, 573 yards this season. The young man averages nearly 11 yards a carry. So he's averaging here, switch with me.
I got it.
Yep. He's averaging nearly, this is supposed to be yours anyway, he's averaging nearly a first down per carry, or he is averaging a first down per carry. But the reason that he can do that, Knock, is because of those two big guys up front. You're looking at Sean Tatum tonight, class of 2027, interior lineman, 4-star recruit, 6'4", 310, and Andrew Pisani Jr. As well, right up there with him. They both have offers to places like Florida, Texas, et cetera, they are those big-time offensive line recruits, Knock.
Yeah, and that's going to be the big test for this defensive line for Holy Trinity. When you look at Andre Spencer, Nicholas Rames, Xavier Faison, and Oliver Esmailzadeh, my apologies, Esmailzadeh. That's going to be the test for those big guys up front. It's going to come down to the trenches. We did talk about that running game and obviously protecting Rico Buitrago, the quarterback for Holy Trinity, but it's going to come down to the trenches tonight, and I think those four guys, can they stop the rushing attack of the Golden Rams? I don't know if you can necessarily put a full stop to it, but when they need to, can they force Pittman to only gain maybe a yard, 2 yards, 3 yards on a carry? Because last week, Jeremy Pittman averaged 19.6 yards per carry.
John Carroll's got a familiar quarterback out there to many in Brevard County as well. His name is Jackson Summerall. He was the quarterback last year for the Holy Trinity. He's one of those, and when I say one of those, I don't mean any disrespect in saying this, but this is his third school in 3 years. He started at Vero, came to Heritage, and now he's at John Carroll. Yep. So keep your eye out for Jackson Summerall.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see what Jackson Summerall does because essentially it goes through Pittman, but Summerall, he's efficient. He can get the things that he needs to done for this offense. If they need him to make a play, that he can. Last week, 71 completion percentage, only for 86 yards, but that was what they needed for him. 10 out of 14. You look at the season, 63% completion percentage, 436 yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Obviously want to try and drop that number down. But, again, Jackson Summerall, I think a quarterback that can be very efficient. Holy Trinity's defense has got a tall order tonight because they have to watch the run, but at the same time, too, got to keep in the back of their heads that passing game.
I want to thank Richie for the big shout-out there.
So we will see John Carroll, the Golden Rams, start on offense. And
this place is packed tonight, Knock.
Oh, yeah.
Packed.
Well, I was driving over the Pineda Causeway, and I could already see from the causeway the amount of festivities. It's homecoming tonight for Holy Trinity. Just a ton of great things going on, obviously, in the parking lot and getting out here. The cars are lined up as well. So a lot going on here this evening for Holy Trinity, and I think what it's going to be a fantastic ball game as we get things ready to roll. And Rowan Wright, the kicker, will get ready to kick this one off.
I'm sorry, did you ask me a question beforehand?
No.
And I missed it because I'm over here playing with controls. and I'm a one thing at a guy. Not because I can't do two. Well, I can't do two things at once.
Rowan Wright now will swing the leg, and we are in action as this one's going end over end. It will be returnable for Richardson. Richardson going to the left side. Now has a lane. Tries to find it. He does. We got a flag flying in the back, but great start for John Carroll as he'll go across the 50 to about the 40. We'll see if this return holds.
I thought he was out of bounds. I stopped the camera movement. And speaking of flags, your head referee tonight is Scott Corso. Your umpires, Tom Anello, linesman Kevin Holder, line judge Trey Gooden, side judge Michael Bauer, field judge Terrell Dorsey, and the ECO right here next to me tonight, Noel Bauer on the clock. It's coming back, Knock, coming back.
And if you're a Tigers fan, you like the sight of that because, again, John Carroll, you don't want to give a good running football team a short field to start the game, and it looks like we'll see where the spot was. I think it was around the 28-29 as they continue to back it up. And it's going to go all the way to the – looks like we're going to straddle the 15-yard line, and this is where this drive's going to start.
What did the up back guy hold?
He must have. Again, we'll see Jeremy Pittman, number 0. Again, 573 yards this season on 53 carries.
I am excited to watch this young man play tonight. And it's good to see Jackson Summerall again, too. I got a chance to talk to Jackson last year, and it's a good kid.
First down and 10. Four-man pressure, quick pass out for Richardson, and he's going to make one guy miss, and he's knocked out of bounds. And that is quickly by Jaden McMillan on the stop.
Yeah, Jaden McMillan, Mr. Do Everything out there. You're going to see McMillan go both ways tonight. Number one's going to be all over the field. He's going to, look, I mean, when you're looking at wide receivers in Brevard County, he's in the top 3. There's no question, hands down.
And we've got some action before the snap.
We got another windowsill tonight, Knock. I think this one, though, this one I think we can get it all tonight, though.
So it'll be encroachment on Holy Trinity.
And it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you'll see Brevard Sports Network donning the pink ribbons on the screen from time to time. And, of course, you'll see the guys out there with pink highlights in their uniforms. Love to see it.
And we'll see our first handoff for Jeremy Pittman. He is stopped quickly, and that is going to be by Oliver
Smiles a day. Smiles a day. Knock, don't listen, brother. Let me tell you something about Oliver. His last name absolutely took me 2 months before I could get it down. There's no doubt. We got an injured John Carroll Ram on the field, and that's not a good sign because –
now, I don't like to see that. Ball is stopped at the 27, so a gain of 3 was enough for a Golden Ram first down as you look at 11:27 to go here in the first quarter. And listen, as I have a difficult last name, and I know many broadcasters that struggle with it as well. I do sympathize. I promise though I will get better as the game goes on.
Look here. Let's play a game here. Let's look over to the John Carroll huddle there, and the two and walking back across. Can you tell me which 2 guys are the 3 stars? Just by looking at them.
I'm going to say 72 and –
yeah.
I was going to say, I feel like I'm missing one.
Well, you are. He's coming.
Okay.
There he is right there.
Yeah,
74, right?
Yep.
They are some big young men right there, and they anchor wow. Just look at the left and the right tackle. Just incredible.
You got to love it when you got 2 great tackles like that.
Yeah, and you got to love it. In fact, they're both juniors.
Exactly, coming back. First down and 10 now for Jackson Summerall, and we will see
offsides again.
Another encroachment, and Xavier Faison has had difficult with that tonight. That's a couple of times he's jumped ahead.
Want to give a shout-out to the head coaches tonight, Hurley Brown for Holy Trinity, his 4th season here. He's 22-15. Mickey Grudy, John Carroll, 8th season, the Golden Rams, 50-25. Coach Grudy.
First down and 5. Pittman with the handoff, goes off left tackle, still making guys miss, churns the legs, gets across the 40 to about the 42, and a nice gain by Jeremy Pittman on his second carry.
So far this season, both teams 4-1. John Carroll comes in 164 in Florida. Holy Trinity 269 according to Maps Preps.
First down and 10 from the Golden Ram 41. Summerall looking deep, makes the catches. KJ Davis makes a man miss at the 20, the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown for the Golden Rams.
Well, you just got to have better tackling than that knock. They didn't get it, and that is a Jackson Summerall strike for a touchdown. That's a great-looking play. Summerall found the only guy on the field that was open, and you got one guy to beat. He beat him, and it's 6-0.
Oh, it looked like that was a cover 2 look there as the corner jumped up into the zone, into the flat routes, and the safety had the over the top. Summerall just placing that perfectly to make his receiver have an opportunity to make a play.
Nice looking start for John Carroll there. And that's a bad news deal for Holy Trinity. And
Villanueva will attempt the extra point. It's good. 7-0. John Carroll leads Holy Trinity.
That's bad news because we did not expect John Carroll to come out throwing the football. We'll be back right after these messages.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Lindback with Company, your East Coast real estate expert. When it comes to selling your home, experience and strategy matter. My team and I make sure every detail is handled, so you get top dollar and a stress-free experience. We bring in professional stagers, high-end photographers, and cinematic videographers to showcase your home at its best. Because every showing starts online, and we make sure your home stands out. With consistent communication, strong negotiation skills, and local market expertise, I guide you every step of the way. Because here in Brevard, when it comes to real estate, Chrissy knows. Ready to buy or sell in Brevard? Visit Chrissy Knows, and let's get started.
And it's a bit hop of a kick, and it's going to be recovered, I believe, by Holy Trinity. We'll see.
No.
And it's going to be, it looked initially like it had the Holy Trinity ball, but John Carroll with a nice onside kick and a surprise, and John Carroll's offense is going to come right back out.
Xander Lemons comes up with the football, I believe, on that knock. And I tell you what, kudos to head coach Mickey Grudy there, because what a call, huh?
Yeah, I mean, to go up 2 possessions and Holy Trinity's offense hasn't even gotten on the field yet, because what this air raid attack for Holy Trinity can do, and right now it's got to be frustrating for quarterback Rico Buitrago, who hasn't even had a snap in the game yet, and we're 2 minutes into the ball game.
Interesting to see what adjustments both of these teams make. Does John Carroll continue to throw the ball? And the answer to that question is a solid yes.
And that is going to be caught. That catch made by Gerald Housing, the junior wide receiver. Last week had 7 catches for 43 yards. Those little out routes that we've seen. We saw Jackson Summerall throw one on the previous drive to Donovan Richardson, now going to the other side to Housing.
So right now it's gut check time for this defense. It's Miles a day, Christon, all of them. They need to step up right now.
Well, Holy Trinity's defense came up with a couple of turnovers last week. They could use one right here as we look at second down and about 5 here as the ball is on the Holy Trinity 40-yard line. Pittman in the pistol. Chest high snap. Summerall quickly throws to Housing once again, but a great stick that time by Drew Zabinski.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, Summerall telegraphed that from start to finish, and that allowed Zabinski to lock on to the receiver, who was absolutely popped. He's lucky it wasn't picked, and it brings up 3rd and short. He does complete the ball. It's a great job there by the wide receiver, Jerry Housing, to hang on to that football knock.
Yeah, I was going to say a great stick by the corner. Drew Zabinski holds on to it. 3rd down and 2 for this Golden Ram offense. Pittman gets the handoff, gets more than enough for the first down as he's brought down quickly, that time by Andre Spencer Rodriguez.
Big young man, that Andre Spencer Rodriguez, senior.
Gain of 7 on the 7-yard carry by Pittman. John Carroll quickly to the line. Pittman once again with the football, continuing to turn the legs in the heart of that defense. And he's brought down by a couple of guys. Leading the way was defensive back Riley Simpson.
That's one way to silence a homecoming crowd, isn't it?
Yeah, and right now, you look at what John Carroll's doing. They're getting it minimum 4 yards every play so far.
I'm going to say this right now. Last night I had an opportunity. I did the JV game. The JV cheerleaders were fantastic last night. And watching the varsity cheerleaders get the crowd involved as we're going to get a timeout on the field here with 9:11 to go. As Mr. Corso says, my timeout, he's going to send a player off for an equipment violation of some sort. Actually, it's going to be a penalty for it as well. So there you go.
I don't have a 55.
No, I don't either. So.
All right. Well, 2nd down and 1 now as the ball got moved to the 21.
He escapes the
Summerall quickly throws. This one is caught on the wide receiver screen, but wrapped up quickly. Leading the charge was Nicholas Rames.
We do have a 54, and that's exactly who made that stop. But these Holy Trinity cheerleaders, they did an excellent job last night and doing an excellent job here tonight because I'm telling you, Doc, I don't know that I've ever seen this many people here for a football game.
Yeah, I know, great numbers here this evening for Holy Trinity. I think the word got out that this is quite the ball game and you don't want to miss it.
Yeah. Or did you just want to stay home and watch those guys knocking Zeta? And the answer was no. Let's get out there.
8:37 to go here in the first quarter as Pittman gets the handoff and continuing to make guys miss before he's finally brought down inside the 15 on that far side to about the 12, actually the 11.
I want to thank Chrissy Lindback. Chrissy is the real estate expert here in the Chrissy Lindback Red Zone. Look at this.
And once again, John Carroll up to the line, quickly snapping the football, and inside the 5, it'll be to about the 3, so it'll be 1st down and goal.
Also want to thank Technique Boxing, 8:10 to play here in the first quarter, 7-0 John Carroll, nothing Rams. Looking for more on the Technique Boxing scoreboard here.
Right now, if you're Holy Trinity, you really got to bear down here, try and force a field goal. We'll see a heavy set. We'll see the wishbone as Summerall hands off, and that is to Coleman. Coleman into the end zone for a Golden Ram touchdown, and the Golden Rams are up quickly 5 minutes into this first quarter, 14-0.
Well, not exactly an ideal homecoming night start, that's for sure, but you got to give credit where credit is due. The Golden Rams thus far, save for a few penalties, have operated flawlessly.
See Villanueva once again attempt the extra point, 12 of 4, or I should say 13 of 15 so far, and he'll make it 14 out of 16 as he's 2 for 2 tonight. And the extra point is good, 14-0. The Golden Rams lead the Holy Trinity Tigers. We'll see if the Tigers offense can get on the field.
Welcome back to Catherine A. Ford Field here at Kelly Stadium. Beautiful, beautiful facility here. Renamed, redone a couple of years ago. Thanks in large $5.3 million renovation redo here, and the inside facilities are absolutely phenomenal, and I can't thank Athletic Director James Phillips enough, of course. This is a phenomenal, phenomenal place to watch and do a football game, and not just football, but any sport. Here at Holy Trinity, the hospitality is always top-notch. And, listen, Holy Trinity better get it together here because they just had to take a timeout on the kickoff.
Yeah, I was about to say, and that is, so far, Holy Trinity is not off to a good start the way they wanted to. Multiple encroachment penalties on defense, giving free 5 yards to John Carroll. And so Hurley Brown's got to get it together for his squad as they don't want to go down any further. And again, we haven't even had a chance to see Rico Butrago and Jaden McMillan operate this air raid offense.
There's a look on your screen at tonight's other games. Of course, we'll try to keep you updated as much as possible on those. as finally it appears as though we're going to get a kickoff here, and Holy Trinity is going to get their first offensive possession, 7 minutes and 48 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Villanueva on it's going to be another corner kick, and it's going to be Amari Savage, Amari Savage that'll catch that one and fair catch it. So Holy Trinity will start with the football at the 40.
Yeah, Rico Buitrago coming out. I really like this young man right here a lot. He takes care of the football, 16 touchdowns this year. I believe he's got just two interceptions all year, 1,232 yards. He's going to have to put it up tonight.
He's got some great wide receivers to do that. Hayden Argo, Kriston Gibson is tight end, Aaron Raines, Jaden McMillan's the guy we're going to watch tonight. As you see, first down and 10 from the 40. Buitrago looks to throw, pulls it back. Pressure coming, throws it up, and this one is going to be intercepted. And that was a great play by Devin Lewis, the defensive back for the Rams.
Well, that's just a play Buitrago can't make. I'm going to sing his praises all day long, and I'll even take responsibility for that interception, Doc, because I just said he only had 2, right? So, Rico, that's on me. But, son, you cannot throw that football into double coverage like that.
No, I was going to say, I know Jaden McMillan was the intended target, and Jaden McMillan's made a lot of plays this season, but that one's a tough one. One play that the Holy Trinity offense is on the field.
Yep, that's not man.
You need it. Now you must have a stop here if you're the Holy Trinity Tigers.
Well, and listen, if I'm John Carroll, if I'm Mickey Grudy right here, I'm telling you, I'm taking a shot. I am taking a shot right here.
And I think they're lining that up too, as well as KJ Davis, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. 1st and 10, handoff to Pittman. He'll gain a good 3-4 yards. Actually 3 because they're going to stop him at the 39. But so bring him 2nd down and 7.
Coming up tomorrow on Brevard Sports Network, you're going to get youth football back all day. And what a day to come back to doing it. 2 Brevard County teams going at it in Pop Warner action tomorrow. The Satellite Beach Seahawks and the Suntree Vieira Hawks tomorrow. Right here, all 13 hours of your Saturday afternoon.
2nd down and 7. Handoff goes to Richardson. Richardson coming around on the jet sweep. He'll go out of bounds, and he'll get back to the line of – actually, I'm sorry, no, he'll get to the 44, and it'll be a good gain of about 4 yards on the jet sweep.
7 minutes to go exactly here on the Technique Boxing scoreboard. 14-0, and Holy Trinity, I tell you what, if they could wind back – we got a penalty here too, Doc.
A holding penalty on the Rams that's going to back them all the way up to the 29-yard line. And I was about to say, Alan, that's 2 Brevard County youth football teams playing each other. That's pretty rare these days.
Well, yeah,
rare,
we only got one other Pop Warner team in Brevard County. That's Astronaut.
2nd down and 16. Summerall, 3-step drop. Evaluating his options, and he's going to be brought down by Gibson.
Ball's out.
And it's going to be Rames that falls on it, and there's the turnover that Holy Trinity needed.
That's just a great job of pressure on Jackson Summerall. He did not protect the football. And the Holy Trinity Tigers, this young man right here, number 54, one of the biggest players for either side on the field. Nick Roms comes up with it, and the Tigers are in business, Knock, about the 26, 27-yard line of John Carroll.
It's only 7 yards away from the Chrissy Limbeck red zone.
Now, if you're Holy Trinity, if you're Rico Buitrago here, you just completely forget about that last play.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
is new life.
Absolutely.
There's your completion on the sidelines to McMillan. That's how you got to look at this.
Mm-hmm. See 3 receivers come to the near side. Gibson and Argo, the receivers on the inside, as the handoff will go to. Didn't quite see the number. Is that Osborne? Yeah, Osborne gets the handoff. He'll gain a couple of yards as he gets inside the 25 to the 24.
Zabinski usually their usual ball carrier. Duke Butler transferred to Vieira. He was here last year. He's having a year, Butler over Vieira.
Yeah. 2nd down and 7 for Buitrago. Again, you go to last week or 2 weeks ago against Astronaut. 14-27, 289, 5 touchdowns.
Oh, he lit it up. And that's a good defense, too.
Yeah. And the funny part is that's only his second best game of the season stat-wise.
Didn't he have a 400-yard game?
Close to. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you what after this one is. 2nd down and 7. Buitrago rolls to his right. And he's going to be sacked by Micah Coleman.
Oh, what a play. Let me tell you something, Knock. Coleman came backside, stayed in pursuit, didn't give up. Buitrago never saw him, didn't feel him, didn't hear him.
Nope.
And that's just a great play.
Well, that's going to be the interesting chess match tonight between both these teams. They've got great pass rushers. As Melzadeh as well as Coleman. For both these teams, they've got pass rushers, and we just saw Coleman make a big play there. Micah Coleman had 10 tackles, 1 tackle for loss last week. And you were mentioning he didn't quite have 400, but Buitrago had 367 yards, 16 of 21, 6 touchdowns.
He can sling it, man.
3rd down and 15. Ball needs
Got
to
to
get to
step
12.
up.
Buitrago trying to evade pressure, and he's going to get back to the 29, and that is going to be Nathan Jackson on the stop.
If he's even going to hit 100 yards tonight, he's going to have to get better protection than that from his offensive line. He had a pocket for about a second and a half, and that may be good enough in the National Football League, and I don't even think it's good enough in the NFL. You need at least 2.5, 3 seconds in the NFL. High school football, you need at least 3.5 to 4. He didn't have anywhere close to that knock.
Yeah, no, and just in this defensive line for John Carroll is nothing to sneeze at. You got Micah Coleman, Tyven Eccles, Nathan Jackson, Paul Zaskowski, and all these guys with double-digit tackles on the season.
And they're not small.
No. You got athletic guys right now. You got, again, looking at it, Nathan Jackson coming off the edge on the other side of Coleman with Zaskowski playing at the nose guard, athletic as he is, and we have a delay of game penalty on Holy Trinity.
Well, and I think the game plan needs to change a little bit from straight drop back to maybe some tunnel screens, knock, some bubble screens to your wide receivers. Start putting the ball in the hands of McMillan and Raines in space quickly and let them do what they do with it. 4:07, officials timeout, water break. Back in a second here on Brevard Sports Network. Welcome back here, and a big 4th and now 20 coming up for Holy Trinity.
Ball needs to get to the 17-yard line of John Carroll for a 1st down. Osborne in the backfield with Buitrago.
What are we doing?
And John Carroll, I guess, is going to take a timeout.
Wanted to see, it's probably not a bad timeout there by John Carroll. 4:07 to go in the first quarter. They're leading 14-0. They got to look at the formation. They've seen some things on film, obviously, but I don't think you can do anything here but maybe try to get this ball into the hands of McMillan in space and put some blockers in front of him and let him see what he can go do here.
Yeah, I was going to say, you look at what McMillan did just 2 weeks ago against Astronaut. 9 catches, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns. 67 was the longest touchdown catch of the night. So McMillan, quite the playmaker. Also like Aaron Raines here as well. Only 2 catches, 31 yards, and a touchdown against Astronaut. But again, another dynamic playmaker for Buitrago. 4th down and about 20. Again, ball needs to get to John Carroll 17 for a 1st down. McMillan, the man in motion. Here comes the pressure. Buitrago steps up. Now has to get rid of it, and it's going to be tipped, and it'll be incomplete. And Micah Coleman was in on the pressure once again.
Well, that's just great coverage downfield. Buitrago had time to throw the football. He stepped up into the pocket and wanted to let it go, but there was just nothing there as the secondary for the Rams had Holy Trinity's wide receivers blanketed in coverage, Knock.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you're going to have to look at trying to get the running game going here to get those pass rushers to, because right now they're just playing with their ears pinned back as Micah Coleman with a sack and a couple pressures on that last drive is that Holy Trinity defense. Unfortunately, they get a fumble, and unfortunately for the Tigers, not able to get any points off that turnover.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Jackson Summerall and company.
Want to welcome in my man Rich Brzezinski, Rich and the Cruise coach, Team Limitless Travel.
First down and 10. Summerall with a rainbow looking deep, and it's caught, and that's Richardson down the far sideline, and the Rams will take a 20-0 lead.
That was a beautiful strike. The safety jumped up, mistimed it, and by the time he was on his way back down, the football ended up in the arms of the receiver, and it is... that's as pretty as it gets, right? And there's the strike I thought they were going to take on the last one. They take it here, and it's 20-0.
About to say, you're looking at Summerall with now 2 touchdown passes over 50 yards, a 59-yarder, and now a 66-yarder.
Who was that one to?
I believe that was to Richardson.
That was a beautiful route, straight down the sidelines on a go. Nothing fancy. He held his spot.
No good on the extra point.
Kept his focus. That's just a good play. But what a throw from Jackson Summerall. There is a pretty stiff breeze blowing west to east here tonight, and Summerall let that thing go into that breeze, and it was a thing of beauty.
I was about to say, I don't know if you can find a prettier spiral that Summerall threw. And, again, looking at last week, 10 of 14 for only 86 yards. Jackson Summerall well over that this evening here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and that's what, he wanted to do last year at Trinity, at Heritage when he was a quarterback there last year, Listen, he was a sophomore last year. I believe this year he's a junior. I think. Is he a junior?
I think.
No, I think he's a junior.
No, he's a senior.
Senior, okay, so that's what he wanted to do last year. Hey, listen, the kid has grown.
Yeah,
2 inches. He has grown a lot since the last time I saw him. But that's just a beautiful pass by him right there.
So Lopez will get ready to kick this one off. This one's going to be a corner kick once again. Fair caught by Omari Savage at the 36-37.
Well, listen, this is what you're seeing here this is not like people watching and go, what is he watching? We're not watching total domination. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Holy Trinity's got a path here, but it has to start now.
Well, I was about to say, the good thing is that right now it's a snowballing effect here early in the first quarter.
That's a perfect word for that, snowballing.
But the thing is going to be is that they have to stop the ball from rolling here, and they got to do it on this drive here as they're down 20-0. Rico Buitrago has Drew Zabinski in the backfield with him to his left. Jaden McMillan, the receiver on that far sideline. Handoff to Zabinski as he turns the corner, turns direction, and turns it inside. He'll get to about the 44-yard line. A good run by Drew Zabinski.
These two teams, they have mixed it up for sure in the past. The last 2 times these teams got together back in 2020, they played. But these private schools, they used to get together.
They're not unfamiliar from one another.
No, they're not.
They used to be in a district, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Second down and about 6. Ball sitting on the 44-yard line of Holy Trinity. Gibson, the outback in the formation. Chest high snap. Delayed handoff to Zabinski. Zabinski upturned and he loses the football, but I think they're going to call him down before he lost the ball.
He was. His elbows hit it. Or
gets to the 47.
That's a good job over there selling it by Jamie Green, the defensive back. He's like, yeah, that's our ball. Walking off the field. Ref like, no.
Third down and about 3 here. A different approach this time out as they've run in the football these first 2 plays.
Well, it could be 2 things. It could simply be the Tigers as a whole trying to catch their collective breaths here after what John Carroll's done here. And we're still in the first quarter.
We are. 2:26 to go here in this first quarter. The Tigers trailing 20-0 to these Rams. Third down and about 3. Ball needs to get to midfield. Ball sitting on the far side hash mark of the 47. Gibson, the up back in motion. Drago, chest high snap, quick throw, and that is caught by Hayden Argo. And they're going to call it a catch. I wasn't sure if that ball squirted out or not.
Yeah, good play by Argo. Argo, just a sophomore. I'm going to see his younger brother tomorrow, I believe, play for Suntree Vieira. And the Argo family know a thing or two about football, about athletics in general.
Oh, they're changing it. They're going to call it incomplete.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, I can't argue it. My big thing is I want officials to get together and talk. I don't want them to get together and talk about it on every play.
Right.
But they got together. They talked about it. They said it was incomplete. I thought that was a good pass by Buitrago. Argo, everything I just said about you, buddy, you got to squeeze it. Squeeze it a little more.
Very much so, and unfortunately for the Holy Trinity Tigers, again, you look at what they've been able to do. They've run 7 plays in this first quarter.
Yeah.
Good punt here.
That's a great punt.
Right. And this one's going to take a Tiger bounce as it chips up, and Zabinski will down it at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, I tell you, they didn't have any choice but to punt the football there. 1:57 to go here in the first quarter. It's been all John Carroll, and knock a score here really, really puts the Tigers in somewhat of a quandary, because then you start thinking about starting the second half with a running clock.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is that Holy Trinity has been able to get a stop with a turnover, but they haven't been able to force a punt on this John Carroll offense, and
right.
that's got to be a concern here, because, like I said, I don't think we're not so far out of this game yet where this is out of the realm, but if Holy Trinity's defense doesn't have an answer, then that's going to be a problem.
A score here, and we're long past trouble.
1 minute 57 to go here, first down and 10. Quick throw to Summerall. Summerall throws it to Davis. Davis comes to the near sideline, and then that is going to be 15. A late hit.
Yeah, that's
and
frustration.
That is going to be on Jaden McMillan, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's just frustration on Jaden's part, and he knows he can't do that. And are you sure it was McMillan? I guess it was. He's over there walking. I'm not. Was it? Wow. I mean, that's just. You just know better than you just can't do that. You can't. You're down 20-0, and.
Well, you just pinned him inside the 20, and now they're walking all the way to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, so he knows better, and that's just frustration.
Right now, seeing a single high look from this Holy Trinity Tigers defense, and right now they need some pressure to come from their defense. First down and 10 from the John Carroll 42. Summerall looking to throw again. Pressure coming from Andre Spencer Rodriguez, and he brings him down.
Nice play. He just bull rushed. That's just straight bull rush there from Spencer Rodriguez. He absolutely overpowered the 4-star left tackle. And I'll tell you what, Jackson Summerall is down.
Yeah, he took a shot there as Rodriguez came around the corner, and hopefully he'll be all right. Yeah,
he just took his helmet off. He may have fallen on the football, and that is bad news if anything more. Oh, I think he may have fallen on the football and had the wind knocked out of him.
1:32 to go here in the first quarter. The Holy Trinity Tigers trailing John Carroll 20-0 here in this first quarter. Thanks for tuning in to the Brevard Sports Network.
Mickey Grudy's out there with him along with the trainer with Summerall, and he's up. He had the wind knocked out of him. That's exactly what that was. He got hit and hit hard. And then and a lot of times you fall on that ball and it hits you right here mid-stomach as you protect it, because the last time he got sacked, he fumbled.
Right.
So I'm sure Coach Grudy told him, you protect that football, and he did so as much on that particular play to swallow it and knock the wind out of him. So he's coming in at quarterback now. Looks like number 16 knock. It looks like Carter Cullen, sophomore, will take a snap here or two.
And you would think that, the football might give a little. It never does.
No,
when you fall.
That's an oblong ball knock that's going to take you from sternum to belt, buddy.
For first quarter here, 1:30 to go. 20-0 Holy Trinity trailing John Carroll. Second down at about 16 after the sack. Trips formation to the near side. KJ Davis along with Gerald Housing, the receivers in the inside slot. Cullen looking to throw, looking to go deep, looking for Richardson again, and this one just too far out in front of his hands as he had real estate in front of him.
I don't know if this has dawned on anybody else watching this, but Jackson Summerall comes right back in. How much faith does Mickey Grudy have in his sophomore signal caller? He just threw a 45-yard pass on the only play he's likely to play tonight unless we get to a running clock situation and they don't want to get Summerall hurt. That's a heck of a pass right there for coming off the bench.
Yeah, not a real whole lot of opportunity to warm up and just firing that one down the line.
What's that tell you what John Carroll wants to do right now? They want to throw the dagger here. I don't blame them.
3rd down and a mile. Ball needs to get to the 48 of Holy Trinity for a first down. Same formation as the previous play. Summerall hands off to Pittman. Pittman with a man in front of him. Now comes across the middle of the field. He's going to get the first down and more as the safety, Jaden McMillan, will bring him down, and Jeremy Pittman showing the moves.
That's exactly what we talked about tonight about this young man coming in, averaging 10.8 yards per carry. That'll hit him over the 11-yard mark right there, Knock. That's over 20 yards.
I was about to say that's an 18-yard gain.
18-yard gain.
First down and 10. Now ball sitting on the Holy Trinity 47. Pressure look coming from Holy Trinity. Summerall checks out of it, looks to the sideline. 31 seconds to go here before the end of the first quarter. Holy Trinity not checking out of their pressure. Summerall, quick throw. That one is caught and quickly brought down by Hayden Argo. The receiver on that play was Anthony Calistino.
The human body is an unbelievable thing. 3 plays ago, it looked like Jackson Summerall was gone for the year. I mean, that's what happens when you get the wind knocked out of you, right? I mean, you're writhing in what looks like pain as we go to the end of the first quarter. And then you get your breath back about you. It's like it never happened. I mean, the human body is unbelievable. Takes us to the end of the first quarter. It's been all John Carroll. Back with the second quarter here on Brevard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Christy Lindback with Compass, your East Coast real estate expert. When it comes to selling your home, experience and strategy matter. My team and I make sure every detail is handled, so you get top dollar and a stress-free experience. We bring in professional stagers, high-end photographers, and cinematic videographers to showcase your home at its best. Because every showing starts online, and we make sure your home stands out. With consistent communication, strong negotiation skills, and local market expertise, I guide you every step of the way. Because here in Brevard, when it comes to real estate, Chrissy knows. Ready to buy or sell in Brevard? Visit Chrissy Knows, and let's get started.
As we return to the start of the second quarter, John Carroll with the football, facing a 2nd down and 6 on the Holy Trinity 42. Summerall, hand off to Pittman. Pittman following Sean Tatum. Pittman follows him for a short while, but is able to turn direction, gets across the 40 to about the 34.
And number 6 is going to have to come out for Holy Trinity for a play. That's Kriston Gibson. And Gibson will come to the sidelines, get his helmet adjustment as John Carroll continues to move the football up and down the field.
I mean, what an escort, though, if you're Jeremy Pittman. You got Sean Tatum leading the way.
Yeah, I mean,
First down and 10, ball on the 35. Chest high snap, Summerall, quick throw out to KJ Davis, makes a man miss, and is knocked out of bounds by the defensive back, is that McMillan or?
Can't tell.
That's tough to see the jersey number. I think that's McMillan.
I want to welcome in Space Coast Lacrosse as our part of our second quarter sponsorship. Space Coast Lacrosse. Listen, man, lacrosse is a year-round sport now in the state of Florida.
2nd down and 3. Jackson Summerall well over 150 yards passing here this evening, and we're just into the second quarter as Pittman goes up the gut and is upended at about the 16-yard line, and another good run going into the heart of that Holy Trinity Tigers defense.
And now have the ball on the Space Coast Lacrosse red zone knock, and I'm telling you right now, this is what I thought we would see to start this football game tonight. Not Jackson Summerall coming out here looking like Aaron Rodgers.
Summerall hands off to Pittman once again. Goes left tackle, turns it back inside, carries a few defenders to about the 5.
Well, I'm not a big Rodgers fan, so we'll say Baker Mayfield. How about
I
that?
like Baker.
You like Baker? Yeah, there we go.
Dark horse MVP?
Yeah, I like it. Baker Mayfield. If I remember, Jackson was a big Tom Brady guy, but he's retired.
Yeah. Another first down here, so first down and goal for the Rams.
I mean, they're just doing what they want.
Essentially, yeah. And right now, just no answers so far. Summerall looking to throwing the fade route, looking for Davis.
Beautiful.
And there's a penalty flag that flies. No signal of either touchdown or not. I think it's incomplete, but we do have a penalty flag.
Well, let's see what the flag is. I don't know if they're going to call this offensive or not. And they are. I believe they are, because you see Pittman Jr. walking backwards here. Keep your eye on Scott Corso. Yeah, they're going to call that offensive pass interference. You rarely see that in high school. It's almost as if officials forget the penalty actually happens. But they didn't on that one, and that's a good call, because you could see the defender going to the ground there, and I guess he was pushed.
So now ball all the way backed up to the 20.
But what about Coach Grudy throwing a fade route to the end zone corner route to the end zone, when you got Pittman gouging in the middle of the Tigers? I mean, that's,
sometimes you get a little greedy as a play caller.
That's wild. 10-12 to go here in the first half.
And John Carroll in full control of this one, as the Rams offense really just, whether they want to run it, whether they throw it. Jackson Summerall.
This is a wild look here.
Yeah, but a closed look here. Summerall, plenty of protection. Going deep again, looking for Davis. He makes the catch.
That's one-handed. That is an they say no. They say he was out. He didn't get the 1 foot in. He caught that ball. Listen, whether it's a touchdown or not, that's as good of a catch as you're going to see at any level. He caught that football with one hand, Knock.
Yeah, caught it right in the gut and kept it. And like I said, that foot maybe didn't get in there, but I'll tell you what, though, again, going right back to the same play.
Well, my question is why would it take the referee that long to know if he got his foot in?
Good question. 10:06 to go here, second down and goal for the Rams offense.
And that's a great point by you. They threw it right back up.
Summerall, chest high. He'll look and give it to Pittman. Pittman bounces it. Now goes back inside. Hit by a couple of Holy Trinity defenders. I think Spencer Rodriguez was leading the charge. Pittman, and it'll be a gain of 4.
Pittman ran right into the back of Pisani, bounced off of him 2 yards backwards, and still found, another 5 yards.
And the thing that I've noticed, too, because, watching film earlier this week, just watching Jeremy Pittman, he's so quick and agile that you can't hold him.
No.
You can't. You got to make sure you wrap him up.
He's actually tough to steer the camera for, because I can't tell if he's down or not.
Right, exactly. He's so shifty and just so quick that he's just so tough to bring down, and that's a struggle for a defense right now as we look at third down and goal, ball on about the 16-yard line. Jackson Summerall goes to the air, quick throw to KJ Davis at the 9, makes a man miss, makes a second, almost, and it'll be brought down at about the 7. Decision time here for Coach Grudy and the Rams. Will they go for it? Fourth down and goal from their own 7.
I like the play call. I just don't like the route. I think I think you fake that corner again, okay, because they really want that corner, and I think you break that off and cut the dig at the goal line right there. I thought you cut the dig a little short that time.
Under 9 minutes to play here. John Carroll with a 20-0 lead and trying to tack on some more points. Holy Trinity's defense needs a stop here. Chest high snap for Summerall. 3-step drop. Going to the corner of the end zone, and it's caught. Donovan Richardson.
What a throw, what a catch.
And that will extend the Rams' lead here in the second.
Fourth down. They threw the football, knocked 3 out of 4 downs on that one. Well, 3 times. They ran it twice. 3 out of 4 downs on that. They throw the ball. They got the penalty. They overcome the offensive pass interference. Jackson Summerall coming back to Brevard County and having a night, Knock.
I was about to say, you and I kind of talked about it. We thought we'd see a lot of Jeremy Pittman. We did last week for John Carroll. Well, I should say only 8 carries, but they saw a lot of him running.
Yeah.
And tonight, Jackson Summerall, I got to imagine over 10 completions. as well as over 200 yards possibly at this point.
And Micah Coleman scoots in for 2, and they're back on track again, knock to a 35-0, train track here. Just incredible what John Carroll's been able to come into Catherine A. Ford Field here at Kelly Stadium and do. It's 28-0. John Carroll back in a moment with the kickoff.
One. 8:31 to go here in the second quarter, and I'll be honest with you, Alan, I thought we'd see a lot of points. I just didn't think it'd be all one-sided.
Yeah, listen, I think this John Carroll offense is this is a team that won 10-0 last year, knock. 10-1 total. And if I remember looking at their playoffs correctly, I believe they got beat in the first round of the playoffs. And when you have a season like they had last year, and again another, I call that the John Wilkinson kick. John Wilkinson loves that kick, former head coach of Cocoa, now at New Smyrna. But, this is a good football team we're seeing here tonight. This is a team that I think they're in, 4A?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, and John Carroll is just going up and down the field. That last drive, 13 plays, over 5 minutes. And so the Holy Trinity Tigers now come out and have to have a response here.
And they're going to have to throw the football. You're down 4 scores. There's just no other way to get back into this thing unless you want to throw the ball.
Riku Butrago having a tough night tonight. Quick throw. That one caught. And that was Argo who makes the catch for a couple of yards. Actually, a yard and a half as he gets to about the 42 and a half.
I tell you.
That pass rush again for John Carroll. They are coming after Butrago, and right now you're seeing that offense for Holy Trinity kind of moving the pocket for Butrago, so that way he's got some time to throw and try and find somebody in space. As we are under 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter, second down and about 7 to go. Ball sitting on the Trinity Tiger 43-yard line. Butrago hands off to Osborne, and Osborne's going to be knocked back by Nathan Jackson, the defensive lineman.
That's a good play by Jackson. He was in the backfield on the last play, gets in there this time, has something to tackle, and he doesn't miss.
Nathan Jackson on the season, 13 tackles, 9 solo, 5 tackles for loss. Last week had 4 tackles and 1 sack for the Rams.
That's a pretty good game for a defensive lineman.
Especially an interior defensive lineman.
Yeah. Who you like tomorrow, Knock? FSU or Miami?
Man, it's tough to go against Miami right now, especially with FSU coming off that tough loss to Virginia.
Yeah.
Third down and 8 to go. Butrago looking to go over the middle of the field for Jaden McMillan. He makes the catch. And some positives here for the Holy Trinity offense. Their first down comes here in the second quarter.
McMillan with a nice catch there. That's what you want to see.
18-yard gain for Holy Trinity.
Butrago can put it in there, can he?
He can. I mean, you love the numbers. Again, 58% completion percentage. He's got good accuracy on him. And he also had some time on that last one as we approach 6:45 to go here in the second quarter. 28-0. Holy Trinity trying to find some room as Butrago's trying to find some magic as he's hit hard by Micah Coleman, but it'll push him forward for a gain of about 5.
Good coverage downfield. Butrago made the right decision. Head north. He does, and he picks up 5 yards, and that's exactly what you want from your quarterback when there's nothing open down the field. And listen, he had time to throw that time. He had a pocket to step into and throw. Again, it was just John Carroll's coverage that did it. 6:25. We've got an injured Ram on the field there. So, yeah, I don't know, Knock, about tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be that Florida State loss that turns that. Miami's just tough. You know, I heard something interesting the other day talking about, you know, is the U back? Is this the year? Is this going to be the year for Miami? And, you know, if this isn't the year for Miami, I don't know that the U will ever be back.
I don't know if the U will ever be back to what it was. I think you have to look at the U for what it was at the times that they were. You know, like it's kind of like every time when like Notre Dame's been consistently good, but that's the same way they used to talk about Notre Dame. Too.
Right.
You're not going to get back to those 80s and 70s and 60s Notre Dame teams.
No.
That kind of domination is just not going to happen.
I can't ever remember his name, the head coach.
Cristobal?
Yeah, Mario Cristobal. Yeah, I just think he's the guy that's going to have to do it. And if he doesn't do it, I don't know who can.
Second down and about 5 to go here. 6:20 to play here before the end of the first half. Petrago empty set, pressure coming, steps up. Still looking for a receiver, finds Osborne. Osborne almost makes the catch, but it's intercepted, and that's going to be by Jacob Smith who makes the interception as Osborne almost had it, and it was Xander Lemons who knocked Osborne out of catching the football and to put the ball in the hands of Jacob Smith.
That's the risk you take throwing in a double. I don't know that I've ever seen double coverage work like that before, Knock.
No, and I think, unfortunately, I just don't think Rico was able to get his full weight into that
throw.
throw.
He definitely.
Because that one was a little short for Osborne.
Yeah, that one I think is on Rico Petrago, and I think he'd like to have it back. He can have it back, and now John Carroll with 6:07 with an opportunity to get to 35-0. You cannot start a running clock until after the half, but they can certainly put the points on the board to make that happen.
So right now, John Carroll will start with the football at the 17. And again, you just look at what they've done so far tonight. A 59-yard touchdown pass from Summerall as the handoff goes to Pittman. Pittman going off the right tackle, turns it back inside across the 20 to about the 23. But again, Jackson Summerall tonight, 3 touchdown passes, 59, 66, and 7, as we're at the 5.5-minute mark here in the first half. Summerall quickly throws. That one's going to be batted down. That one by Rames.
Raines having a night as much as he can for a team that's down 28-0. Got a fumble recovery tonight.
He does, and that's the thing is that, for tonight, Holy Trinity, I really felt like if they could have gotten some points on that drive, maybe it's not what it is right now, but ifs and buts, shoulda, woulda, couldas.
Yeah, well, I think you hit the nail on the head with the word snowball back in the first quarter. Everything that went wrong for them just snowballed.
Third down and about 6. Holy Trinity trying to get the ball back as Pittman gets the handoff, and he's wrapped up by Xavier Faison, the nose guard, and that's going to force a 4th down and about 4 for the John Carroll Rams.
I think this is exactly what the Tigers defense wanted to do coming out here tonight. That's a good stand by them, Knock.
Well, right now we're not seeing the offense for John Carroll come off the field here. They may go ahead and just say, we'll see if you guys can actually stop us as we're under 5 minutes to play here before the end of the first half. And John Carroll is going to stay out there.
You think they're going to actually snap this?
Well, we have seen Holy Trinity jump off sides tonight, and they are going to snap it. Summerall facing pressure. Now rolls to his right, throws it up, looking for a man, and that is going to be incomplete. Good coverage by Drew Zabinski.
I don't know about that call, Knock. I think you're listen, I get you're up 28-0, but I don't like it. I just don't like the call, man.
I mean, it is interesting with 4:38 to play here. Your defense has done a fantastic job. You've gotten turnovers. You've done what you've done.
Hasn't your defense, and this is my thing, hasn't your defense done enough tonight to where you at least want to give them a fighting opportunity to put a donut on the scoreboard?
Yeah, you'd think so, but I mean, we'll see too. Because Holy Trinity's been down here before.
Yeah, no, I get it. Look, I completely get it. But there's a difference between getting here and there's a difference between starting here.
Very true. First down and 10 from the John Carroll 24. Man in motion is McMillan. Rico Buitrago fires a laser up, and this one's looking for McMillan. And there comes a penalty flag for pass interference. The man in coverage was Jamie Green.
And that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Thank goodness he didn't catch that because the window seal got me on that one. But, yeah, I mean, listen, good play by Rico Buitrago. It's not in the NFL. It is at the goal line in college, and in high school it's 15 yards. If it's inside the 20, it's half the distance. Here, 15 yards, so that's going to put the Tigers inside the Space Coast Lacrosse red zone knock, and with a real good opportunity here to force John Carroll's offense to have to put up at least 14 more to run that clock.
Right now, Holy Trinity, I think you got to look again for Jaden McMillan here. Rico Buitrago tonight, unfortunately, 2 picks. Like to even that up with a few touchdown passes tonight. Zabinski sidecar right of Buitrago. First down and 10. McMillan in motion. Buitrago pitches it out to Zabinski. Zabinski turns the corner, but he's got no place to go. As leading the way was defensive tackle Tyven Eccles, who makes the stop and a loss of a couple.
That whole thing looked entirely too slow right from the start, Knock. It almost looked like it was in on-field slow motion form. And I don't think it had a chance to get going. That's great pursuit by John Carroll as the entire defense from the snap of the ball flowed to the left side of the field there.
Well, right now, you got to tip your hat to this defensive line for John Carroll because they have really made the night miserable for this offense for Holy Trinity. Is Tyven Eccles, Nathan Jackson, Micah Coleman. The one guy we haven't mentioned yet is Paul Ziskowski, and we'll see if we call his name at some point tonight. As Rico Buitrago, second down and long, flag flies, and it's going to be Micah Coleman along with, I believe, Tyven Eccles again. As it'll be a loss of a couple more, and it'll bring up third down and a mile.
I think we may even have a hold here. Yeah, I think it definitely is a hold. Trip, call a trip.
Penalties
That's
declined.
15. I'll tell you what, they declined that, huh?
Yeah, and so now it just because instead of backing them up, you go third down a mile.
Well, listen, he just declined 15 yards. Okay, I mean, if you're only Trinity, okay, all right.
Well, right now, I think what it shows is Gruey's got complete confidence in his defense because, and why not so far?
Yeah.
Outside of the pass interference penalty in one pass on the previous drive.
He certainly ain't cutting them no breaks.
No. Rico Buitrago looks to throw once again over the middle of the field. That one is almost.
He had him.
The goalpost as McMillan also ran into the goalpost as well. And
he had him.
Yeah.
He was open. He just had to cut it loose a little shorter.
And it'll be fourth down and a mile. Ball needs to get to about the 3-yard line of John Carroll for a first down.
That's one of those balls that you got to know he's going to be there for and let it loose. And he did. And
so the ball right now on the 17. And it looks like we're going to see a field goal attempt here.
I get it.
That is going to be
I totally get it.
Rowan Wright, 2 for 2 on field goals. Longest was 27. Good snap. Kick is on the way, and it is good. So first points on the board for Holy Trinity. We'll get that distance on that field goal for you here in just a second.
You'll take it. You'll take it all day long. We'll step aside. Here's the Tigers. Crack the scoreboard.
That was a 34-yard field goal for Rowan Wright, and he beats his season long of 27 from 2 weeks ago against Astronauts. So now he's got his longest of the season, 34-yarder, and had plenty of distance. Granted, there is a good wind.
Think he hits it from 49?
Probably not.
I'm just asking because
if he has the wind to his back at this point, he could.
Well, there you go.
An onside kick, and Jamie Green will fall right on top of it for John Carroll, and they'll start with good field position at their own 44.
And the reason I asked is because you declined a 15-yard penalty that would have made that a 49-yard field goal. I'm just saying.
3:06 to go here before halftime. And
as you can tell, I didn't like any of that sequence.
No, you certainly did not. You didn't like the fourth down call. You didn't like the penalty to decline.
Listen, Coach, I think I met Coach Grudy a couple of years ago down at he's the athletic director down at John Carroll on a Saturday, no louts, doing club volleyball. He's a great guy. That has me scratching my head, Coach.
First down and 10, Jackson Summerall. Great night tonight here as he throws this one for Housing. Housing makes the catch, makes a man miss, and goes out of bounds. And a penalty flag flies once again.
That's going to be a late hit, and that's 15 more.
Was going to be knocked out of bounds at the 45, which would initially have been a gain for Gerald Housing. And once again, penalties hurting the Holy Trinity Tigers.
Any penalty is going to hurt them, you know what I mean, down 28-3. Slide this tripod back this way just so we can make sure that anything thrown to that corner, because they're going to both corners, they got doubles each side here, knock stacked.
Ball on the 30, and we'll see fourth down lineman for Holy Trinity. Pressure coming from Argo. Handoff to Pittman. Pittman still on his feet trying to rip that ball out, and he'll keep it.
Number 66 got in there. Big 66, Xavier Faison that time, not.
I'd love to see that from your big nose guard to clog up those holes, especially on the inside. A gain of 2 for Jeremy Pittman.
And he is a big boy.
Yes, he is. Summerall looks to the sideline.
Nimble, though.
Well, you love that when you see big men with nimble feet, especially at nose guard. Always reminds me of Vita Vea. Summerall, 3-step drop, looking to go over the middle of the field, goes deep, and that one's going to be incomplete. Looking for K.J. Davis once again. Falls incomplete, brings up third down.
Not hateful. Put the ball only where his receiver could get it. Did you see the screen pass Alabama ran to their guard last week on offense?
Man, if I'm an offensive lineman, I'm asking Coach to put that play in.
I'm telling you, man, that was a thing of pure beauty. I mean, I guess, but it was fun to watch.
2:14 to go before halftime. Third down and 8. Ball needs to get to the 20 for John Carroll for a first down. Summerall unloads it once again, and the miscommunication between Davis and Summerall.
For sure. Somebody threw the wrong pass or somebody ran the wrong route there. You could see it.
Be fourth down and 8 here, and Coach Grudy's going to leave that offense on the field.
Well, I would think so.
I mean, Villanueva, he is 0 for 1 for field goals so far this season. I don't know what his long would be.
I mean, he did go for it on his own 24.
True.
This is this is nothing.
See if Holy Trinity can hold here. John Carroll's got to get to the Trinity 20 for a first down. Summerall loads this one up and fires, and that one's too far out in front of Richardson, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Summerall had him. That's on Jackson right there. He knows. I don't know what he was holding his hands up for. He overthrew his receiver. He had him, and the receiver had a step and a half on the defender. And I tell you what, only Trinity's being given the opportunity here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, if you can put a touchdown on the board and only be down 28-10 going into halftime, considering how this game was looking, you'd take that.
Well, and listen, John Carroll's got a wild mindset too, so in terms of play calling and decision making, so you never know. You got to do something here, though.
They love to be aggressive. Rico Butrago, shotgun snap. Got time. Throws it quickly out to Osborne. Osborne comes down the flats, makes a man miss, and he's out of bounds at about the 34.
That's a good job.
35.
That's a good job hanging on to that ball because he got clocked from the backside.
We're going to bring up second down and 3 as the clock will continue to run. Holy Trinity quickly to the line. Butrago quickly gets the call. Drago throws quickly, a little screen out to Raines. Raines able to keep the football, making guys miss, and he's into John Carroll territory at the 45, and that is what you want to see from Aaron Raines.
Aaron Raines' first catch tonight, I believe, knock, and he makes something out of a little receiver out.
20-yard gain there, and the chain gang quickly to the line, first down and 10. Buitrago looking for the middle of the field for Gibson, and that one was incomplete. Gibson didn't see it. Buitrago had the...
He's got to watch it. That's the fourth time tonight he's thrown in the double coverage.
Well, I think he was looking for Gibson to turn around on that one because I think Gibson didn't turn around quickly enough because Buitrago was anticipating there, and I don't mind the throw necessarily, but you got to get your receiver to look behind there for that one, and that's a tough one there is, again, Gibson going across the middle of the field.
I'll say this, that's a tough ball to throw down 25 points.
True, very true. 1:15 to go here. Second down and 10. Ball on the John Carroll 45. McMillan, the man in motion. Buitrago seeing pressure. Has to escape. Throws it. And it's going to be caught by Argo. And it goes out of bounds inside the 30 at about the 29-yard line.
What a play for a sophomore tight end, wide receiver, H-back, whatever you want to call Hayden Argo. But to have the presence of mind to make sure he gets his feet in and then gets out of bounds.
So right now, 1:07 to go here before halftime. Holy Trinity's offense moving the football. Best drive they've had all night so far.
Maybe the hurry up is the thing they need to consider coming out of the second half locker room to do.
Nathan Reeve, the receiver in the inside slot with Argo. McMillan, the receiver at the far side. Raines, the receiver on the bottom of your screen. Osborne, sidecar right of Buitrago. And crowd wants encroachment, don't get it. Buitrago, quick dump off to Osborne. Osborne makes a man miss, and he'll get out of bounds. Nice job by Jordan Osborne. And the Trinity Tigers continue to move the football. Gain of 7.
60 seconds, and right now the Tigers are best momentum of the night offensively. Timeout by John Carroll here. And John Carroll trying to throw the ball all over the field, put themselves in this predicament. I mean, they have the football up 28-3 at the end of the half, down here, and they hand it off one time.
Yeah. Like I said, and again, Jackson Summerall's had a good evening tonight, 3 touchdown passes, but yeah, no, I mean, if Holy Trinity gets back into this ball game, John Carroll has nothing but to blame themselves because they gave him the opportunity. It's
definitely head scratching at the moment.
Right now, Rigo Buitrago with some momentum. He's feeling himself right now. Again, you like an opportunity here. Short passes is what's got them down here. We'll see what they call here. It'll be second down and about, we'll call it 4 here for the Tigers. Under a minute to play. Buitrago looks over the middle of the field, and Raines was the intended receiver. And I don't see a penalty flag.
I don't either. I think he got him with the shoulder. You could make a small case for defenseless, but he is coming across the middle, and I think it's a good no flag. There's Marcus May down there on the field.
Third down and 4 to go here. Again, the ball sitting on the 23-yard line. Needs to get to the 19 for a first down. I think if I'm Holy Trinity, obviously it's 4-down territory, but I might try and just pick up the first down here. Rigo Buitrago looks to throw over to Osborne, and Osborne tries to turn around and make an acrobatic catch. Cannot. And here comes a penalty flag coming from the back judge.
Let's see what he calls.
Very curious on this one.
Targeting.
So, personal foul targeting. And that'll push him up 15.
Inside the Space Coastal Cross red zone now, and first down, knock.
Ball sits at the 11 after the penalty. And again, Holy Trinity with an opportunity. They've got to put points on the board here. They've been in John Carroll's red zone before, did not come away with points, have to here as they do get the ball to start the second half. 28-3 right now. John Carroll leading Holy Trinity, but Holy Trinity trying to cut into this deficit. McMillan, the man in motion. Zabinski now goes out wide. Empty set. Petrago looks to throw. Going over the middle of the field for Gibson, and it's a Tiger touchdown.
Nice throw over top of the coverage of the secondary for John Carroll. And listen, if you are a Holy Trinity fan, you're thanking your lucky stars you even had the opportunity to do that. Because with a back like Jeremy Pittman in the backfield, both these teams should be in the locker room right now. But yet here is Holy Trinity putting one in the end zone. And it's 28-9, Knock. And I tell you what,
Snap, kick is on the way. It's good, 28-10.
I'm just blown away that at these turn of events, I know it's still an 18-point game, and I'm acting like it's within 3. But my whole point is
it should be 28-0 at halftime.
It should be 35-0.
True.
Okay, and that's my point to this. Kudos to Holy Trinity, but my goodness gracious.
Right now, 46 ticks to go before halftime. And again, Holy Trinity will get the football to start the second half. So, and we do need to remember, too, John Carroll's going to get the football, and they have thrown the football and put it on the board quickly.
You have a back that literally averages 11 yards a carry. How many times he got? 5 times? It's like Todd Monken for the Ravens giving Derrick Henry the football 6 times in an entire football game, right?
I feel like that's happened recently.
It's happened a lot recently. By the way, speaking of Jeremy Pittman, I think Speedy Knowles from the Bengals is his nephew.
Oh, okay. Rowan White will kick this one off, swings the leg. We'll actually get a return on this one. Richardson's got to pick it up. And it comes up to the middle of the field, makes a man miss. Still on his feet, now turning to the far sideline. Flag in the back end as Richardson will go out of bounds. And the last return Richardson had was brought back because of a penalty. We'll see if this one is as well.
You know, I was asking you about FSU and Miami tomorrow. We better both pick Miami as we sit up here behind Hurley Brown.
Yeah, right.
Hurley.
Again, though, I can't really argue with not picking Miami.
Yeah, I think you got to pick Miami. But look, here's the thing. Hurley, played down there. Hurley was on those national championship teams down at Miami, and of course, man, I love all the stories Hurley can tell. I love the ones he can tell on air. And I love the ones he can tell off air. I remember we were all sitting after a game one night over at, I can't remember the name of the sports bar in Vieira we used to do our post games from. Walk-ons, right. We were sitting at Walk-ons, and they had there was this classic Miami football game on, and there was this bench-clearing brawl. And somebody said, "Hey, Hurley, ain't that you?" And I looked up, and there's Coach Brown right in the middle of it.
Coach Hurley Brown with so much success here on the Space Coast. As we'll see, first down and 10. Summerall hands off to Pittman. Pittman coming off the left tackle. And he'll be wrapped up quickly, and leading the way there is Oliver.
Ismailzadeh.
And I think John Carroll. Oh, no.
Don't tell me they took a timeout.
I think.
Who took the timeout?
Holy Trinity.
Okay, well, all right. Come on, Hurley. What are you doing here?
23 seconds to go here, second down and 10.
Get off the field. Go rest up for the second half. Don't give this kid a chance to take a shot down the field here. Because now you know Coach Grudy, right? Mm-hmm. He's going to say, hey, they wanted the time. At least that's what I would do. He'd say, hey, they want to take a timeout? Let's take a shot.
Absolutely. And you know what? They've done it. 59-yard touchdown pass from Summerall to Richardson. I think it was Richardson. I know he had a 66-yard touchdown pass, Summerall to Richardson as well. So, again, just a great game for Summerall this evening, 59-66.
And maybe do you have a trick play up your sleeve like the old hook and ladder or something, huh?
Man, you like that hook and ladder play.
I do. You know what? I broadcast 2 of them in my –
I remember a couple of years ago, Melbourne ran them like 4 times in a season.
Right.
And they scored on at least 3 of them.
At least 3 of them, yeah. I saw one a couple of weeks ago with Titusville back at the beginning of the year. Perfectly executed. Tank Harvey with the flip to Kamari.
So 2nd down and 9. Summerall steps up into the pocket. He's going to take off and run for it. And he'll slide. And he'll slide about the 39.
Clock will stop anyway to move the chains, and then they're going to get right back to the line of scrimmage.
And Summerall will spike it at 12.7 seconds to go here.
This is interesting. I mean, I got to tell you, the referees have been fantastic tonight. And this is, can you imagine if they have thrown flag? This is a 1 hour and 12-minute first half.
That's a long one.
That is a long one. And that's with.
We haven't had that many penalties.
No, we haven't really had that many penalties.
First down, or 2nd down and 10. Summerall looking to escape pressure. And he's going to be brought down by Ismail-Zadeh. And that should do it for the first half.
Ismail-Zadeh wraps up. Nice job, young man. Good way to end the first half, and that will indeed take us to the end of half number 1. It is an extended half tonight because it is homecoming here at Holy Trinity. And so because they play a lot of music, we do have to, and I apologize for this, we do have to mute the background music. And so we'll be back with second half action here from Catherine A. Ford Field at Kelly Stadium. Your halftime score, John Carroll 28, Holy Trinity 10. I do want to do something here at halftime real quick while I have the opportunity. I want to give an update on Caleb and play a video from Caleb here on BSN and ask for support. And so without further ado, I'm going to let Caleb tell you how he's doing. Of course, you remember this was Caleb a couple of weeks ago as he was laying in a hospital bed at ICU at Halifax up in Daytona. And, well, here was Caleb just a couple of days ago.
Hey everybody, Caleb Brown here for the Brevard Sports Network, and just giving everyone an update. I am back in Brevard County, thankfully, back in Brevard County at Sea Pines Rehabilitation Hospital. You know, doing PT and trying to get better so I can get back out there to calling and broadcasting all the great athletes we have in Brevard County. I thank everyone for their support, their prayers, and donations to the GoFundMes and everything. Thank you, Brevard County. Cannot thank you guys enough. I do like having visitors. If you wish to come visit me at Sea Pines Rehabilitation Hospital, reach out, and all I ask is that if you do decide to come visit, that it would be after 3 o'clock so I can get my physical therapy in, so that way I can actually be in my room when you all come to visit. But again, thank you, Brevard County, and it's a long road. It's going to be a long road. But I can't wait to come back better than ever, and once again, being back in a press box, calling all of your great athletes' names as they make awesome plays.
Tonight is a night that's extremely hard on somebody like Caleb because he would, believe me, he's laying in a rehabilitation facility down at Sea Pines, and he doesn't want to be anywhere else but right here we're knocking IR. And, you know, tomorrow is, it's hard to believe, I think tomorrow is what, 2 weeks? 3 weeks tomorrow since the accident occurred where, if you don't know, Caleb was broadcasting youth football in Flagler Beach and on top of a scaffolding, and the scaffolding blew over and Caleb fell 23 feet down and pelvic fractures and internal injuries. He spent a couple of days at Halifax ICU before he was transferred to a regular room, and then now last Saturday he was transferred to Sea Pines Rehabilitation Facility in Brevard. And I can't thank Brevard County enough for their love and support and the financial support as well. If you could please continue on your screen there, you'll see Caleb's GoFundMe. Nobody loves kids sports and high school sports and more than Caleb. And so his road to recovery, it'll be a long time, unfortunately, before we hear Caleb back on a microphone and in a press box. This is what he loves to do. Caleb also has a job during the day, and so, you know, these medical expenses are going to extend well out beyond 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 months, and anything you can do to help. And and like I said, even if you can't help financially, please share Caleb's GoFundMe on the screen. You never know, somebody that could be watching that might be able to help, and every penny, nickel, dime, dollar, quarter helps. Trust me. There are a lot of things that Caleb's going to need, and he's not even home yet. So thank you all, Brevard County. Appreciate you. And we'll be back with third quarter action here on Brevard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Christy Lindback with Compass, your East Coast real estate expert. When it comes to selling your home, experience and strategy matter. My team and I make sure every detail is handled, so you get top dollar and a stress-free experience. We bring in professional stagers, high-end photographers, and cinematic videographers to showcase your home at its best. Because every showing starts online, and we make sure your home stands out. With consistent communication, strong negotiation skills, and local market expertise, I guide you every step of the way. Because here in Brevard, when it comes to real estate, Chrissy knows. Ready to buy or sell in Brevard? Visit Chrissy Knows, and let's get started.
You know what? They're not playing music in the background, so I'm going to unplug so that you can hear homecoming festivities. How about that?
Her family, friends, and teachers who have encouraged her along the way and can't wait to see what the future has in store. Jaden has been a student at HT for the past 6 years. He doesn't have a favorite memory, but he loves coming to school every day and getting to see his friends in class and on the football field. Jaden is involved in the football, basketball, and track programs at HT, and is also involved in the MCAT, SALT, and FCA clubs. Let's hear it for Aisa Bagwell and Jaden Parker McMillan. Next up, please welcome Addison Black and Matthew Young. This is Addison's 6th year at Holy Trinity. Her favorite memory at HT is still to come because she is most excited for graduation and all the senior activities. After high school, Addison plans to study business or communications in college. She's also proud to be a varsity cheerleader, now in her 4th year on the team. Addison wanted to take this moment to thank the people who made her journey possible. To her family for their endless love and encouragement, to her sister for being her built-in best friend and biggest cheerleader, and most importantly to the Lord for blessing her with the health, strength, and the opportunities that lie ahead. According to Matthew, he has spent many of his years at Holy Trinity searching for something to be truly passionate about. When he discovered art, he had the incredible fortune of being surrounded by some of the most supportive peers anyone could ask for. To his friends, thank you. Your encouragement over the years has inspired Matthew to pursue art further in college, where he hopes to create work that brings others the same joy that your presence has brought him. Let's hear it for Addison Black and Matthew Young. Our next 2 seniors to recognize this evening are Jacinda Carwile and Colin Buse. Jacinda has been a student at Holy Trinity for 4 years. Her favorite memory from her time at HT is going to her first football game where she experienced the excitement of spending time with the people whom she would spend the next 4 years with. She was surrounded by new friends who would make her high school experience unforgettable. Jacinda is deeply grateful for her best friend Ella, who has laughed with her all 4 years. She is appreciative of her mom, stepdad, grandma, and dad for always being there for her and guiding her along the way. Jacinda considers herself lucky to have a younger brother, Matthew, who inspires and motivates her daily. Colin can't believe 6 years at HT has gone by so fast. Even though Colin came in 7th grade, he says it's probably been the best 6 years ever. Now he will hopefully move on to college and go from there. Colin wants to give special thanks to his teachers for making each class engaging, especially Mrs. DeRozier, because she taught the best subject, and Mr. Hernatier for definitely teaching us the safest ways. Additionally, he wants to thank each of his friends he has made throughout the years because school wouldn't be the same without you. Lastly, he wants to give a special thanks to his siblings, Anna and Riley, for being his best buds, and to his parents for being his #1 supporters. I don't think I would have made it without you guys. Let's hear it for Jacinda Carwell and Colin Hughes. Next up, please welcome Ayla Collins and Jack Breeden. Ayla has been a student at Holy Trinity for 13 years. Her favorite memories are laughing in her car with Colin and Marissa in the mornings before school and musical theater with Amelia. We always seem to be paired up in the funniest roles. From being a toilet and a dictionary, to bird girls, to princesses who didn't even want to dance at the ball. Those moments made high school so memorable. Ayla would first like to thank her parents who support her in all her endeavors. Mom, you push me to the best version of myself in all that I do, and Dad, you are always on my team no matter what happens. I love you both so much. To her best friend Marissa, thank you for being by my side through everything and always finding a way to make each day brighter. You are so special to me, and my homecoming video wouldn't even exist without you. To all our friends, thank you for bringing laughter, support, and most of all, love into my life. You all bring me up when I'm down, and I will eternally be grateful. To our teachers, thank you for teaching me that different things are doable by anyone if you work hard enough for it and supporting me along the way. Finally, Ayla would like to share a final thank you to everyone. She knows that she would never be on the court without the love from all of you. Jack Breeden has been a student at Holy Trinity for 13 years. He has made amazing memories here and friends that will last a lifetime. Jack would specifically like to thank Mr. Dowling, Ms. Pershnick, Mr. Bowden, Dr. R, and Dr. Hernatier for all being excellent teachers who inspired him to do his best. He'd also like to thank Mr. Hargraves and Ms. Schultz at the lower school for being phenomenal teachers who instilled in him the confidence to be himself and pursue his dreams. He'd also like to, of course, thank his friends and his parents for always being there for him. Jack is beyond excited to start this next chapter of his life in college. Let's hear it for Ayla Collins and Jack Breeden. Our next two seniors to recognize this evening are Roxy Edmondson and Aiden Holtkamp. Roxy has been an HT student for the past 8 years. She has so many great memories at HT, it feels impossible to just pick one. From taking a 40-minute nature walk with Donovan, Adriana, and Finn after asking to go to the bathroom, to winning the epic slip and slide kickball match after school one day, to Hendy sending an email to the entire student body about devious licks. But her favorite memory was last year's senior prank, a cookout in front of the Scott Center at 7:30 in the morning, including music, bacon, pancakes, and games with Chef Tripp on the grill and DJ Val on the speaker. After graduation, Roxy plans to attend a university in Florida and work towards a career in the construction sales industry. Lastly, Roxy would like to give a special thanks to her mom. Aiden has been a student at Holy Trinity for 6 years. His favorite memory would be the state semifinals game his junior year, where they scored 2 goals in the last 8 minutes and the final goal with 30 seconds left to win the game. He'd like to thank the Lord his family, and his friends for always supporting him. After graduation, Aiden plans to attend the University of Georgia to study finance. Go Dogs! Let's hear it for Roxy Evanson and Aiden Holton. Our final two seniors to recognize this evening are Juliana Pedicini and Cameron McBroy. Juliana has been at Holy Trinity for 6 years. She plans to go to college for something in the medical field to make an impact on people's lives to run track or play soccer. First, she'd like to thank God for all opportunities He has given her. She'd like to thank her parents for always supporting her and helping her every step of the way. She'd also like to thank her brother, Michael, for being her best friend and videographer during this project. Thanks, Bud, and she can't forget her little sister, Christina, for being a ray of sunshine in her life. Thank you to everyone who helped her to get to this point. It means the world. Lastly, she'd like to thank her friends and peers for making her time at Holy Trinity memorable. Love, Juliana. Cameron has been a student at Holy Trinity for 9 years. He is the founder and president of SALT, which is the new student athletic leadership team, and is also captain of the track field team. Cameron would like to give a special shout out and thank you to Coach Bailey for recognizing his talent for the sport of track and field, for helping him in every way to help achieve his goals and aspirations. Let's hear it for Juliana Pedicini and Cameron McBroy.
All right, who's going to be homecoming king and queen here?
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. May I have the envelope? Can I get a drum roll from the pep band, please? Your 2025 homecoming queen is Ayla Collins. And your 2025 Mr. Tiger is Jaden Parker McMillan.
All right, your 2025 Holy Trinity homecoming king and queen down there, Jaden Parker, Jane McMillan. You know, that's why I got these two pens on me, because I should be writing names down. I did not write the name of the young lady down. But if she had 3 yards tonight, I'd know who she was. Right? I mean, I feel horrible. And congratulations to the whole homecoming court. Always a special moment. I was in my homecoming court and wasn't the king, but it is fun to be a part of. You know who she is?
Ayla Collins.
Ayla?
That's a journalistic integrity that I have. I go hunting for a story.
Knock, you do a terrific job with that stuff. Ayla Collins and Jaden McMillan, your homecoming king and queen for Holy Trinity. And this is part of the tradition of high school and even college as well. Although I don't know that they do this as much as college anymore. But Knock, we've got some shocking scores from around the county in terms of MCC, at least from what we see on the Florida Today live scoreboard, over top of Titusville at the moment, 14-7. And I'm just going to say this because it needs to be said. A loss by the Titusville Terriers tonight, and I don't want to hear anything about the playoffs.
I mean, yeah, essentially, because we were looking at Merritt Island, the game against Merritt Island, essentially going to be a playoff game for Titusville because they need that one after a tough one last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you drop this one to MCC, and I'm curious, I haven't seen it. Is McNabb back or?
I don't think he is. No. At least I would have. No, he can't be, or I would have been told he was back. And if he is back and I wasn't told, then I'll get on Bobby Norton about that. But the bottom line is that, all year we've heard that Titusville is close. Oh, okay, and I agree because I've seen them a lot this year.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw them against Heritage close, lost in overtime. Saw them beat Vieira by 2 scores. Okay, good game. We saw them last week with the ball in the lead in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes to play, and they lost. Okay, all right. It's the best team in the county. Although I think you gave that one away. Still, but you cannot lose this football game. So with that said, we'll wait to see if that's how it ends up. Cocoa down 7-0 to Miami Norland. And I didn't know what I was going to see from this Tiger offense tonight. Champ Smith was back tonight. No points on the board, at least on this one, up to the half. I just think if you look at this Cocoa football team offensively this year, certainly giving up 7 points to Norland at halftime is more than enough. You can't ask any more of your defense on Traz Powell.
No, not at all.
But to me, it just feels like that this Cocoa Tiger football team's offense is going to trudge through this season, and what will be.
Yeah. I think my question to you is because we've had Brevard County teams, multiple, playing around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Is that in danger?
Yeah, listen, unless it's O'Galley, and I think right now there are only 2 teams that are probably that are capable of playing on Thanksgiving, and unfortunately, I think you're going to see them both face off in the regional semifinals, and that's Merritt Island and O'Galley. They could play each other. If O'Galley's a 2 and Merritt Island's a 4, well, that's a regional championship, and that's going to take place. Let's see. First Friday in November, second Friday. That's going to take place the third Friday in November. So,
and this Thanksgiving year, it's the 4th Thursday this year.
Yeah, so you're not going to get you might get one. You might get one practicing on Thanksgiving, but I think you're going to be hard pressed to find 2 or 3 this year, like we've seen in years past. I mean, state championship, I don't see it yet. I just don't. I think O'Galley could be that team. But they got to stop living on the edge. I mean.
They also got a lot to clean up. They got to clean up the penalties.
Well, they're having a good game tonight. They're winning, I think, 30-0 over Trinity Catholic. But that's a game that, Trinity Catholic is a team they should have went over there and beat.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting 30 points, but you know what? I like it. I like seeing it.
Agreed. I am curious how those 30 points were scored.
Yeah.
How much of it was Xavier Larice running the football or throwing the football, or Corbin as well. But, that would be very interesting as well. Mandarin,
the number 24th team in the state, up on Rockledge, 23-0. That's at the half. Vieira up on Cocoa Beach, 21-0 in the third quarter. Norland still 7-0 is the score I've got.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know any other scores, put them in the satellite. 48-8 over Somerset Academy. I don't think anybody thought that outcome was going to be in doubt. Merritt Island Christian 64-0 over Legacy Charter. Those are both of those Brevard County teams playing winless programs tonight, and you're talking about 2 teams that are combined 11-1 going against 2 teams that are combined 0-11. So I think Brevard County came out on the right end of that one.
It's going to be an interesting year to see who really can make a deep dive into the playoffs, because, like I said,
I got to be honest with you. I don't know, Knock, that this changes. I don't think we're going to ever see the days. The talent's just too spread out. I mean, I just think we're going to see. I think this is the norm of what we can expect. And you know what? I'm fine with it. I'm okay with it. You know what? I mean, do I want a Brevard County team play? The one great thing about Cocoa was knowing every year in December it was going to be a Final Four game. You just knew that, right?
Yeah.
But listen, talent is just everywhere now.
Very much so. As we get ready, we'll see John Carroll's talent on defense come out on the field, and Holy Trinity's offense, 10 unanswered points to end the first half. We'll see if they can tack on even more and make this a game here, as we will see Lopez kick this one off.
It's the first normal kick of the night we've seen from him.
Yeah, and Zabinski will be able to return it, and he's going to lose yardage as he's backed inside the 20 to about the 17 is where they're going to stop him, 18-yard line.
Score touchdown on this drive, Knock, and you've made it an 11.2 score game.
We'll see what the offense for Holy Trinity decides to do as well, because, again, you look at what they did. It was a lot of the short stuff that was able to get them down the field, set up that touchdown. Let's see if they stick with it, because, again, that first half, it was really just a great job by the defensive line for John Carroll and the Rams as they will be able to get pressure on Rigo Buitrago. First down and 10 from the 18. Paul Ziskowski, the defensive end at the bottom of your screen. Man in motion, B. McMillan, who is the Mr. Tiger at halftime. Buitrago facing pressure, gets rid of it, and it'll be outside the hands of Argo as that one's just thrown away. As Coleman was breathing down Buitrago's neck, it'll be second down and 10.
I didn't think he saw him that time again. That was an identical play coming off the edge we saw back in the first quarter, and he got him, Knock, but Buitrago sensed him on that one and was able to get rid of the football.
Yeah, I was going to say, I like the idea here. Argo was open here on this near sideline. Yeah. I think if Buitrago had maybe just a few more seconds, he might have been able to get him a good ball, but had to just get rid of that one. Zabinski directly behind Buitrago in the pistol. Second down and 10. Doubles receiver formation. Man in motion, Gibson, the up back. Handoff to Zabinski. Tries to test the inside of that defense, and he is going to be stopped for nothing. As I think that was Micah Coleman. Nope, check that. That was TJ Ingram in on the stop.
Well, I think every time you see Kriston Gibson stop right to the right of the center, I think you've telegraphed the play there, read nicely by the interior of that John Carroll defensive line as they actually forced no gain at all and immediately knocked. The last thing Holy Trinity needed to be was third and long coming out of the half.
I was about to say a big third down conversion here needed as the ball needs to get to the 28-yard line for a first down. Ball on the far side hash mark of the 18. Trago quickly steps up into the pocket. Pressure coming, trying to escape it. He's still on his feet, and he throws it away. And I think if Buitrago had realized he had nobody else around him and hold on to that, he might have been able to find somebody. But tough break there when you got two guys all over you.
And lucky that they got him by the top of the back of the helmet, because anything else, I mean, if he would have grabbed him by his shoulder pad there, that's a horse collar.
Yeah.
But he doesn't, and a good play. And again, Knock, that front four is getting home with pressure, and that's all the difference in the world this secondary needs to provide the coverage. They are – listen, if you were going to cover Aaron Raines and Jaden McMillan and Hayden Argo all night, then your front four had to get home, and that's happening for John Carroll.
Very much so, as Roan Wright gets this one off. A good punt as Richardson will catch it at the 40, and he'll slip and fall from the turf monster at the 42-yard line.
All right, we're going to step aside. Be right back here on Brevard Sports Network. Third quarter brought to you by Ubrazati, or at least part of the third quarter. I want to thank Tim Stockton, Bo Chavez, and all of the great staff, Mike Davini at Ubrazati.
First down and 10 from the John Carroll 42-yard line. Again, Richardson, K.J. Davis have been the guys for Jackson Summerall. Actually, I think the 59-yarder might have been to K.J. Davis back in the first quarter. Summerall handoff to Pittman. Pittman tests the outside, has a lane across midfield, and he'll be knocked down by Jaden McMillan before he can hit the sideline. And a good gain, though, for Jeremy Pittman as he'll pick up about 14.
Now this feels pretty much like the game plan I would expected to see from John Carroll tonight. Pittman with a great run there, good vision, quick step to the right and plant north, and he picks up his average plus some. I mean, this kid is 11 yards a carry.
Low snap, handoff to Pittman once again, finding a way. Sean Tatum leading the way as Pittman gets to the 30.
His vision is just next level vision.
Very much so.
I mean, how he sees. And look at John Carroll. They want to get on the bus.
Quickly to the line, first down and 10. Summerall hands off to Pittman once again. This time, he's still breaking out of tackles, tries to rip the ball out for a fumble, but cannot. And a little bit of a sell job, it looked like.
It's a good job.
Nice try.
It was.
Oscar worthy.
Yeah, it was. Fooled me at first.
Good run again by Pittman, a gain of about 5. Pittman gets the handoff again, testing that right side. Wrapped up quickly this time by Andre Spencer Rodriguez, and that'll be a gain of 2.
I don't go anywhere else but back to Pittman here. Maybe if he needs a breather, maybe, but it's third down. This is the drive of Pittman. Let him finish it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, again, you just keep letting him go to that right side of the offensive line, and he's just able to pick up chunks and chunks and chunks of yardage.
Everything straight ahead, too. No counters. He's his own counter play.
Very much so. Rams check the play. Third down and about 3. Ball needs to get to the 20 for a first down. Hand off to Pittman once again as he goes right into his offensive line, bounces it to the right sideline, and he's going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown.
Nice job by Pittman. I'm going to tell you what, it was almost as if he didn't even see big number 74 over there, but he ran right into the back of Sean Tatum, bounced off of him a yard back, then cut outside and took off down the sidelines, and that was the drive of Pittman. Nobody else but him touched the football, and with 8:56 pending the extra point, it's 34-10 John Carroll. He just bounced right off of him.
Caleb Lopez to attempt the extra point. High snap. Hold is down. Kick is through the uprights.
Who was that holder? Because that was about as good a job as you'll see at any level. That's number 18 on the hold there.
Jacob Brennan.
Nice job by Jacob Brennan to get that ball down for the extra point attempt. And I'll tell you what, that's what I thought we were going to see from John Carroll at the end of the half to start the game, and we get it to start the third quarter. Now I wonder if we'll get back to seeing him throw the ball all over the yard.
I mean, if you talked about it, I think if you're John Carroll, obviously we'll see what happens on this drive for their defense, but I think you just hand the ball to Pittman. If you're trying to – so far Holy Trinity just – when they have been able to bottle up, they bottle up the gaps in which he's supposed to run. But Pittman just keeps bouncing it. Like that run he had,
that's great.
That's
vision.
Bottled up, and he just goes outside.
That's just great vision. That's why the young man's got 11 yards to carry.
So Lopez will swing the leg here. We'll see if it's that corner kick again. So a little deeper, and Argo will fair catch it at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think that was a mistake there by Argo. I don't know that you want to fair catch anything at the 25.
See the Holy Trinity offense come back out on the field, see if they can get some momentum going here. Again, scored 10 unanswered points to end the first half. But John Carroll, on their opening possession of the second half, they go down the field about 58 yards and 5 plays for Jeremy Pittman, 23-yard touchdown run.
John Carroll was just bullied by Cardinal Mooney to start the year. They've since won 4 straight.
Butrago throws it to Argo in the middle of the field. Argo makes a guy miss. He'll get to the 40 and pick up a Holy Trinity Tiger first down. Again, a nice throw in the middle of the field from Butrago to Argo.
But getting bullied by Cardinal Mooney is nothing to shake your head at.
No.
A lot of people do, right? So, I mean, that's a Final Four team this year, or maybe a state champion 2A. If you're Holy Trinity right here at this point, what you want to do and concentrate and focus on is you got a chance to win an SSAA state championship this year.
Yeah.
And I think that needs to be the focus here for this program. You know, they're going to drop to 4-2 tonight, but
Butrago, and he's just going to fall down, unfortunately, the turf monster.
And his helmet comes off, and he's going to have to come out for a play because his helmet came off, so that's not going to be good. After falling down, Butrago, that's just a complete and utter disaster for Holy Trinity right there because now they lose their quarterback on 2nd and forever.
And lost 10 yards in the process.
Yeah.
I didn't see who touched him first, but whoever did for John Carroll just got a free sack.
There is no question. I believe it's number 54. It's going to get credit for that one. That's Timon Eccles. That's the big man's second straight sack this weekend. He had one last week, didn't he?
No, that was Jackson.
Jackson, okay.
Second down and 20. Zabinski will take the direct handoff. Turns it upfield, makes a man miss, and hit hard there by Devin Lewis. And he'll get back to the 38-yard line, a gain of 8.
Yeah, we got a shaking up player. No, he's going to get up. No, he's saying, I'm good. No, referee says, nope, you stayed down long enough to where you now have to remove yourself from the football game. Get off, son. And there he goes.
That is Antonio Correa, 24 tackles on the season. Last week had 11 tackles and a sack for John Carroll. And that was against Forest Hill, which they won 41-0.
Yeah, they've had a great stretch here the last 3-4 weeks. And, again, 10-0 last year. I mean, it's a football team in their last 16 games is, 11-5, or 11, sorry, 2 losses in their last 15, 16 games, 14-2.
Third down and 12. McMillan, the man in motion. Petrago seeing pressure. Coleman chasing him. Petrago looking deep for Rains, and that's going to be incomplete as he couldn't quite get enough on that one. It'll be incomplete. Fourth down and 12 from 38.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm punting. I'm not letting John Carroll walk into the end zone if I'm Holy Trinity, so I'm punting this football with 6:55 to play in the third quarter.
Something else to note here, too, Alan. 10 points that Holy Trinity scored tonight at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
First points in 3 games.
Well, that's the thing. Even that now, if I'm a John Carroll defensive guy, that makes me even more mad.
13 quarters, they didn't give up a single point.
Coach, why you let them down there like that?
As we will see Rowan Wright get another good kickoff. This one's going to take a Tiger bounce. Checks up at the 30, and that is where John Carroll will take over, 1st and 10.
6:44 to go in the third. Back in a moment here on Brevard Sports Network. One.
Quick score update. Titusville MCC tied up at 14.
Yeah, there you go. So,
first down and 10 now for the Rams. Summerall, 3-step drop. Looking to go deep. Looking towards the middle of the field, and it's picked off by Jaden McMillan for the Tigers. And now he runs across midfield. The 40, chased at the 30, the 20. He's got a convoy to the end zone, and he's going to score an offensive touchdown for the Tigers.
Well, that's what you get. That's exactly what you get right there. Way to go, Jaden McMillan. What a play. Threw it across the middle of the field. McMillan, a superstar wide receiver in his own right, shows you what he can do on the defensive side of the ball. Got greedy trying to go for it all, and Jaden McMillan makes him pay.
What a play. McMillan had an interception last week against Forest Hill as well. That's 3 interceptions on the season, and now a 57-yard interception return for a touchdown.
And we've got an injured player down on the field here for John Carroll. I hope he's okay. He's moving. He's up. All right, here we go. You just had a drive, right, where you steadily fed Pittman the entire drive, right? The whole. I mean, listen. I'm just saying, right?
Oh, I know. I hear you. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And that is Pittman down on the field, by the way. Okay. And yeah, I don't understand it. But you know what? Good for Holy Trinity, and I'm happy. We're Brevard Sports Network, right?
Yeah.
It's 35-17. They cut the lead in half. Close to half.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've given Holy Trinity life. John Carroll has done that tonight multiple times. They did it in the first half.
Consistently.
And now they've done it again with a mistake. And Listen, don't get me wrong. I know Summerall hit some big pass plays. I don't necessarily hate trying to go take a shot because you've been able to hit the one play and get points on the board. But, again, that was going towards the middle of the field. That one just a little too far out in front of Richardson, but into the hands as the snap is good. The handle was a little shaky, but the kick is good. 35-17. The Tigers trail the Rams.
And good job by Jaden McMillan to follow that train down the right sideline into the end zone. Good cutback at the end there. And the Tigers are, listen, if John Carroll's going to keep giving them opportunities, good for Holy Trinity to keep taking advantage.
Absolutely, as Jaden McMillan, a pick 6 tonight, and was also named Mr. Tiger.
Yeah, there you go.
At halftime.
How about that, huh?
Yeah. Looking at Holy Trinity's last couple of weeks, 47-0 win over Port St. Lucie, 41-0 win over Bayside, 38-14 win over Astronaut.
Hope Pittman's okay. He walked off on his own power.
Again, I have to imagine Pittman's over 100 yards this evening.
Yeah, well, if I'm Mickey Grudy, I'm putting him over 150. If he's, you know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
It's almost like, and listen, I'm not just getting on Coach Grudy, but, I've done this all year with several Brevard County coaches.
Yeah.
It's almost like they don't even want to use their running backs. It's almost like they have to. They feel forced to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's like everybody wants to throw the football because that's the thing to do.
Yeah, everybody loves the big, deep pass plays and everything else. And again, Jackson Summerall has hit him tonight, but big miss there. And we'll see what they do here. It'll be very interesting to see. Do you just hand it off 4 plays in a row?
Yeah, Caleb just sent me a text. Buddy, good to see you're up and watching.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Rowan Wright will kick this one deep, returnable by Donovan Richardson. Richardson now comes across the 15, and it'll be hit at the 20 as the ball's on the ground. And they're not going to signal that.
That was a fumble.
But, Richardson fell back on it at the 22-yard line, and that's where John Carroll will take over 1st and 10.
And the Rams are going to retain the ball. That means our Tiger D is out there. Here we go.
So let's see what we've learned here.
$6:19 to play here in the third quarter, 35-17. John Carroll on top of the Holy Trinity Tigers. Tigers defense put points on the board. Can they try again? Do you see a bit of a running formation here?
Yes, we do.
Pittman in the backfield in the pistol right behind Summerall. He'll get the handoff, comes to the near side, goes back inside as he's dragging a few Tiger defenders. Picks up about his average on the season for a first down. To the 34. Gain of 12.
What do you think about that?
6:05 to go here in the third quarter after a 12-yard run by Jeremy Pittman. Again, too, you got to give Pittman a ton of credit because he is going and he's getting the hard-earned yards after contact when he goes to the middle of that defense. He's done that multiple times this evening.
Look, those are not easy yards. Those are some big boys up front that he's running through.
Absolutely, as a handoff to Pittman again as he tests the other side, and he'll be wrapped up quickly for a minimal gain. One of the few times tonight the Tiger defense has been able to hold him to maybe a yard gain.
Now,
to the 35.
Now maybe call a 10, 12, 13-yard dig here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think you need anything down across the 40-yard line here in terms of Holy Trinity's 40. How about something underneath, a 10-yard dig or a slant route or something across the middle? Maybe a bubble screen to your wide receiver here.
I was going to say, KJ Davis, the receiver on that far side, does have a big catch tonight. Couple big catches. Richardson's also done a lot of damage as Pittman's going to get the handoff once again. Not able to escape the Holy Trinity Tigers defense, and that's big Mr. 66, Xavier Faison, who holds on for no gain, and that'll bring up third down for this Tiger defense.
Good job by Faison to just latch on to his ankle and hang on for dear life. And, okay, so now you've run the ball here on these first 2 plays. But there's 2 things you've done here. You have taken 2 minutes and 35 seconds off the clock, Knock. And the second thing you've done is, okay, so now if you have to throw the football, all right, then you have to throw it.
Right now, Omari Savage, the far side corner, giving about 9 yards of cushion as Summerall looking to throw. He's going to run for it. He's got plenty of space. Zabinski's got to come up and make the tackle. He does not. Simpson tries to tackle him, and Summerall takes a shot from Jaden McMillan. It'll be a first down run from Jackson Summerall.
I don't see a flag, but I sure can't believe there isn't one.
I was going to say I'd have to see the replay there.
I mean, I think he turned with his shoulder. Had he led with his head, I think we would have had one. But
right.
McMillan came absolutely flying in like a missile on that one, Knock.
Oh, yeah. Summerall going to feel that one in the morning.
Yes, he feels that one right now. He sees 2 of his centers.
3:45 to go here in the third quarter as Jackson Summerall and the Rams convert on a big third down after the Summerall run.
Blitz.
3-step drop. Pressure comes. Summerall launches a rainbow for Davis, and that one is incomplete. Great coverage by the far side cornerback, Omari Savage.
I ain't feeling it too bad. That was not a bad throw. Good play. That's just a good play all the way around.
Yeah, I think Davis might have mistimed that one a little bit.
I think it certainly was a catchable ball. He touched it. Certainly had both hands on it.
Second down and 10 for the Rams. Jackson Summerall seeing trips to the far side.
Yeah.
And we got movement.
That's what you call that off-balance big guy fallback there. That's what happened. That wasn't a snap count thing. What happened on that one was Andrew Pisani just simply lost his balance and fell backwards, and it's going to cost him 5.
So the Rams back it up. They'll be back on their own territory, back on their own 48. Richardson, Housing, and Davis, the receivers that far side. Anthony Celestino, receiver at the bottom of your screen. Pittman in the pistol formation behind Summerall. Play action. A little bit of the flare out to Richardson. Richardson goes to the far sideline, and he'll be knocked out of bounds by Jordan Osborne.
That's a nice play, and I know it's a basic play with a little flare out of the backfield there, but Summerall fed him well. The back never stopped, ran right into the throw, and was able to just keep going lock, step, and barrel on that. It's a good play.
Again, Holy Trinity's defense, they've done some nice things tonight, but, man, you got to feel a little bit because they had a big third down and long, and their second down and 15, and John Carroll was able to pick it up in one play. First and 10 from the Tiger 35. Summerall handoff to Pittman. Pittman through the teeth of the defense, turns the legs to about the 30, and that'll be a gain of about 5.
It looked like he picked up 1, didn't it?
He was hit after a yard gain,
right,
but still went forward for 4 more.
Yeah.
Again, 2 100-yard games on this season. Coming into tonight, 11 touchdowns. I think he's got 12. He has scored 1 this evening. And, again, over 500 yards on 53 carries coming into tonight.
2:30 to go here in the third.
Second down and 5. Ball on the 30. Summerall, quick flare out again. No, he's going to fake it this time. Runs backwards, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. Is there a receiver in the area? It looks like K.J. Davis was the receiver in the area, but a little dangerous there because I don't think he was outside the tackle.
There are no tackle boxes.
That's right. You're right.
Yep. Not in high school. But there is intentional grounding, but it's got to be about as intentional as you can get it.
So third down and 5 again here. Third down of the drive. See if the Holy Trinity Tigers defense can get off the field here. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Summerall, play action, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down by Andre Spencer Rodriguez.
That's his second sack of the night, isn't it, Knock?
It is. Knocks him all the way back to the 33-yard line.
But not far enough to put him out of going for it. In fact, they would have to be, well, I don't know where they would have to be. They went for it on 4th down on their own 22.
Yeah. That pretty much takes out of any playbook.
Right. Timeout on the field with 1:52 to play in the third. Or not a timeout. No timeout. Okay, I don't know what all that was then. Scott Corso, the head official. Clock still running, so here we go.
4th down and 8 now. Ball needs to get to the 25 for a first down. Summerall drops back. Prez got all kinds of time. KJ Davis makes the catch at the 20. He'll be brought down at the 15.
Well, that's just a perfect pitch and catch there. That's about a 20-yard in route, and nicely done by John Carroll.
Again, that's a 4th down there. Again, that's 3 opportunities. Holy Trinity's got to be a little frustrated with that one. They had the big 3rd down and long earlier in the drive, the 2nd down and 15, and then 4th down and 8. And John Carroll's able to convert.
He just slipped right inside the underneath coverage there. Knocking was wide open.
First down and 10 from the 14. Hand off to Pittman. Pittman's going to be brought down quickly there by Riley Simpson for the Tigers, but that'll be after a gain of about 4 yards as he gets to the 10.
Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. I think John Carroll's going to have to run at least one more play.
Tigers starting to build a wall.
The 2nd down and 5. Ball from the 10. Summerall hands off to Pittman. Pittman
Nice
turns it
cut.
inside. And a flag flies in. Multiple flags fly in. Curious what this one will be on.
Well,
Possible face mask, maybe.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Usually when the white hat throws it, it's holding, but everybody threw it on the same time, same place. Looks like could go against Holy Trinity here. If that's the case. There'll be one more play in this quarter. Let's see what Scott Corso has to say. Yes, face mask. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Good job, Knock.
Well, when you see the umpire throw it after the fact, that's just what my initial thought went to. So
now this is Pittman for sure to finish this if before the third. And the Tigers is half the distance, so about a 3.5-yard penalty.
As I say, they're going to move the ball to about the 3. Got about 8 seconds left here. I don't think we got to run a play at all before the end of the third quarter, and we don't. 35-17, John Carroll leads Holy Trinity as we go to the 4th.
Hi, I'm Christy Lindback with Compass, your East Coast real estate expert. When it comes to selling your home, experience and strategy matter. My team and I make sure every detail is handled, so you get top dollar and a stress-free experience. We bring in professional stagers, high-end photographers, and cinematic videographers to showcase your home at its best. Because every showing starts online, and we make sure your home stands out. With consistent communication, strong negotiation skills, and local market expertise, I guide you every step of the way. Because here in Brevard, when it comes to real estate, Chrissy knows. Ready to buy or sell in Brevard? Visit Chrissy Knows, and let's get started.
And the John Carroll Rams knocking on the door, trying to extend their lead as we got 35-17. Holy Trinity trying to get a stop. They've gotten John Carroll to a long 3rd down. They've gotten him to 4th down and 8, and they got him to 2nd down and 15. But John Carroll's been able to overcome all of those on this drive alone. First down and goal. Jackson Summerall looking to throw the football, looking to go inside, and that one's going to be well short. Intended receiver was Richardson.
Boy, I thought that was going to get picked off underneath. Jackson Summerall
been.
threw that way too short.
Interesting note here. The Rams started this drive with 6 minutes and 19 seconds to go, and we are now approaching the about 7-minute mark here on this drive.
Well, been a good drive for them. They almost blew it right there.
We're looking at the 12th play of the drive as we see the wishbone. Summerall hands off to Pittman, and Pittman's going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Rams will extend their lead.
41-17 pending the extra point. Let's get a look at the Holy Trinity Tiger cheerleaders have done an excellent job tonight as they scream fourth quarter Tigers quarter. It unfortunately hasn't started that way.
And we got a injured Tiger right now.
Yeah, we do.
Again, solid drive by John Carroll. You look at that. That was a 12-play drive. Essentially encapsulated about 6 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Going from the third quarter, midway through the third quarter, now into the fourth quarter. All they can ask for.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the explosive plays tonight from them. That was probably their best drive of the night.
Yeah. A few throws in there that were good. Obviously, that fourth down conversion from K.J. Davis on the in route, and Pittman with some good runs as well. Jackson Summerall with that big run early in the drive for about 15 yards after it was third down and long as Riley, as we'll see the Holy Trinity Tiger get up under his own feet.
As you take a look on your screen there, the gentleman in the black hat is Marcus May, who attended school here. As Marcus has made a tremendous contribution to this school. And, you look at the facilities, and his name is all over them, as they should be with his contributions.
Caleb Lopez will get the extra point through. 42-17, the Rams lead.
May, of course, would go on from Holy Trinity to star at the University of Florida. And, it's funny because the day he graduated was NFL draft day. And I think he was drafted, I can't remember, second round, I think, by the Jets. But the bottom line was Marcus did not attend the draft. He promised his mother he would walk across the stage to get his diploma, which is what he did. And so, of course, Marcus is, right now an NFL free agent. And I know he was battling back from an injury. So here's hoping that
He played for the Saints, the Jets.
Dolphins briefly, yeah. Here's hoping to see him back out protecting some NFL secondaries.
Hey, the Bucs may need him.
Yeah, you might be right. Does a great job every year with a celebrity golf or a charity golf firm, I should say.
Amari Savage will fair catch that one. Ball will be spotted at the 30. 1st and 10 for Rico Buitrago in the Holy Trinity Tigers offense.
11:51 to play in the game now. And the Tigers working on it for next week.
I'm curious. So what do you want to see Holy Trinity kind of work on at this point? Obviously, maybe a little bit better protection for Rico.
Well, you're going up against an FHSAA team. You play in the SSAA. I think I want to see, if I'm Hurley Brown, I want to see my offense executed against a extremely good quality FHSAA opponent the rest of the way here out. I want to see my guys up front go down, reach deep down, and let's see what you got.
Very much so. 1st down and 10. Osborne in the backfield with Buitrago. Man in motion is Gibson. Be a handoff to Osborne. Osborne turns it inside. He'll get a couple of yards as he's tackled quickly there by Caleb Madison, the outside linebacker.
That's a good little run. There was nothing there for him. Little jump cut back to the left, and he picks up 5 yards on a hole that just opened up at the last second.
Solid run, and it brings him 2nd down and 6 as that clock continues to roll. You know, and Al, I know we've talked about the FHSAA and the teams that we're looking at in the playoffs for there, but, you know, the SSA, we got some really good teams that I think could make some deep runs. Maybe once again see another Brevard County team as a state champion in that league.
My 3, Satellite. Well, I mean, tonight, Bayside and Space Coast was 0-0, the score I saw at the half, so who knows? Those are 2 SSAA teams. You know, it's unpredictable. You don't know what you're getting in an opponent a lot of times in the Sunshine State Athletic Association. But, you know, I'll say this. I mean, you know, a lot of people wanted to know why Holy Trinity chose the route that they did to go to the SSAA. Well, because of numbers and health. You know, you don't want to have to, you know, Holy Trinity, tonight they're dressing 30 players.
Yeah.
If that. 29, 30 players I counted. You can't go play a 6 or 7A team with that.
Osborne with a nice burst as he gets across midfield to about the 49.
You can't go play a 4. You know, you're playing John Carroll tonight, right? But I mean, you can't go play. You can't consistently play, and you can't live in 1A where Holy Trinity was, right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, you know, it was a health and a numbers thing for Hurley, and him and James Phillips decided the SSAA was the best route. I like the decision that they made. And let's not forget, you know, Holy Trinity for years made regional semifinal and final runs as an FHSAA team. But I like this move for them. I do.
2nd down and 4 to go here for the Tigers as they are on the John Carroll 49. Petrago throws quickly inside for Raines.
Got to catch that.
Just off the chest plate of Raines.
Yeah, Aaron would like to have that one back because you couldn't put it in a better spot than where Rico Petrago put it.
3rd down and 4 now for Holy Trinity as the clock stops at 10:07 here in the 4th quarter. Looking at some opponents up next for Holy Trinity. They got Cocoa Beach at home next week, and then Oxbridge Academy, and then at Masters Academy.
Who's next week?
Cocoa Beach.
That would be a good game.
That one will be here at Kelly Stadium. 3rd down and 4. Ball needs to get to the John Carroll 45. Press coverage coming from the defense as Petrago throws this one up for McMillan, who makes the one-handed catch.
That is a beautiful throw and a great catch, and the Tigers just will not go away as Jaden McMillan shows why he's one of the best in this county as he continues to make plays.
I'm trying to think. I mean, Jaden McMillan, at least numbers-wise, has to be the best receiver in the county, I would think.
Yeah, he's up there, that's for sure. I don't think, you know, certainly, you know, when you think of wide receivers, the first place you're going to start is Coco, and they don't have that guy this year.
Right. 1st down and 10 from the John Carroll 25. Handoff to Osborne. Osborne tries to break it outside right, and it'll be brought down quickly inside the 25 to about the 24.
It's a good drive. It's a good matching drive. And this is what you asked me what I wanted to see right here. This is exactly what I wanted to see.
Again, a big pass play to McMillan, getting him inside to the 25 as we look at 2nd down and 9. 9 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter as Holy Trinity trails 42-17. Handoff to Osborne. No, Rico Petrago will keep it this time, and a little surprised it wasn't maybe a little bit of a late hit, but either way, this clock continues to run. No gain on the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, that was straight RPO on that one, and he elected to pull that ball back and keep it himself. Saw daylight for just a brief moment, but it was only brief.
Again, it's tough to run on that side, especially with Micah Coleman, Nathan Jackson over there. Again, you just got to give a ton of credit to John Carroll's defensive line here this evening, as they've been a problem.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And those guys, they're not breathing heavy. They don't, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They look like they're ready for another quarter and a half of football here.
We'll see trips come to the bottom of your screen. McMillan on the inside slot with Gibson and Argo. Petrago on 3rd down and 9. Throws it quickly to McMillan. McMillan makes the catch. He's still on his feet inside the 5, down to the 3 for a first down gain.
Beautiful. That's the same play that we saw earlier to Aaron Raines across the middle. This time it goes to McMillan. He hangs on, and the Tigers are inside the 5, knock inside the Technique Boxing red zone.
And Petrago in the offense will get quickly to the line. Petrago handoff to Osborne.
Oh, my
Osborne
goodness gracious.
Tyven Eccles, the man on the stop.
He grabbed him like you grab a child from a moving car, from a kid standing in a road with a car coming. Oh, my goodness gracious. He just swiped him out of the road.
The fake McMillan, and it's incomplete, just too far out in front of McMillan. Fortunately, not enough real estate out there.
Goodness, I still can't get over the tackle.
You know, that was just like a free run. That's a defensive tackle's dream. You just get a free run at the running back.
He didn't miss, man.
He met Osborne as Osborne was getting the ball.
He did not miss. That's the kind of play you run back to the sideline and you go, Coach, can we make sure that's blocked next week? Coach, I want you to show the tackle that film a lot.
3rd down and goal here for Holy Trinity as they're on the 5. Petrago, quick throw, and double caught by Jaden McMillan for the Tiger touchdown.
Nice job. Jaden McMillan now gets himself on the board with an offensive touchdown and a defensive touchdown knock.
Good night for McMillan, a catching touchdown, as you mentioned, the defensive touchdown, and named Mr. Tiger at halftime.
Yeah, listen, I mean, could you have a better night than that? You're homecoming king, right?
Well, the only thing would be is if you get a win tonight.
Well, that ain't going to happen. So, I mean, but listen, if you're Hurley Brown, I think you got to be very, very pleased at the way your Tigers kick is good, at the way your Tigers have responded here, Knock, especially being down 28-0. This thing could have seriously gone real fast to a running clock situation. And thanks to some gifts from Coach Grudy, it didn't. Right. And Holy Trinity took advantage of it.
Very much so. In that play, that was a 11-play drive that capped off about 5 minutes, and that took it off the clock. So a great drive by Holy Trinity. And like you said, Alan, we could have had a running clock here this evening, but John Carroll let Holy Trinity hang around those 10 unanswered points. Again, some mistakes. We also had that big pick earlier in the game, and right now it's 42-24 here for Holy Trinity. And again, we'll see what happens on this next drive for John Carroll. Do you go for the onside kick here?
Yeah, why not? Why not try to get the ball back? Your offense is hot right now. Why not? I mean,
now John Carroll's not looking for it.
No, why not give it a shot here? I do the old push kick here where we let the kicker go get it. Yep, well, that's not quite exact onside, but
Josh Dean will fall on it for John Carroll, and they will start with the ball at their own 36.
7:05 to play here in this one, so let's check the Chrissy Lindback scoreboard here and see what we see, if we see anything at all. Space Coast 6-0 over Bayside. My goodness. That Bayside defense, man, they came to play ball tonight.
Coach Billy Miller's got to be happy with that group tonight. First down and 10 for John Carroll. Pittman with the handoff once again. Bounces it to the outside, trying to get the sideline. He does. Flag flies late. We'll see if this run holds up, but it'll be a gain of about 6 if it does. Mandarin up 38-10 over Rockledge.
So Space Coast up 21-7 on Bayside now. All right, so I just had to hit the refresh button there. Sorry about that.
And MCC Up 20-14.
Wow, that's a shocker, man.
Penalty against John Carroll. Under 7 minutes to play here in the fourth. So first down and about 17 to go. Ball all the way back to the 27.
Miami, Norland, 28, Cocoa, 6.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not
The
good.
offensive struggles continue.
Yeah, it's just not enough there this year for the Tigers. That was a beatable Norland team, too.
Jackson Summerall looking to throw. Going deep. Throws up a rainbow and almost picked off by Amari Savage. KJ Davis was the intended receiver. And it'll be incomplete, and it'll bring up second down and 17. Stops the clock with 6.5 to go.
Water break. Final water break of the game here. And so, Cocoa, listen, I mean, I hate to say this for Tiger fans, but there's no guarantee they're going to beat the Villages. The Villages this year, 6-0 going into this week. And they got a couple of IMG transfers there.
Yeah.
So, if Cocoa's going to lose to Norland tonight, 28-6. So, they're a 4 seed in the region. Maybe drop to a 6. I mean, they should beat Astronaut, right? They should at least be favored to be Astronaut. So let's say they beat the War Eagles. Then it comes down to that game against the Villages, right? I mean, they don't win that. Cocoa, for the first time in 22 years, could be holding their breath on Selection Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be really interesting to see because, like, can you imagine? That's very tough to imagine. Like, not even making the playoffs.
There are kids out here that were not even nowhere near alive the last time the Cocoa Tigers didn't reach a Final Four.
Exactly. I think I might have been a freshman in high school, maybe.
18 years ago, not 18 years straight of a Final Four or better. Can you imagine?
That's quite the run for the Cocoa Tigers if it does end this year.
Well, I certainly think the Final Four run is over.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Second down and 17 as we return to action. Rams with multiple guys in motion. Housing going to the far side. Ziskowski, the up back. They check the signal from the sideline.
66 total points in this one tonight.
Summerall handoff to Pittman. Pittman will gain a couple of those penalty yards back as he gets across the 30 to about 32.
I would have pegged this over under at about 56 and a half.
Is that what you put it at?
That's what I would have.
Yeah.
Of course, strictly for entertainment purposes only.
Third down and about 14 to go here. John Carroll's got to get to the 46 for a first down. Have to imagine here at third down, if you're John Carroll, you just hand the ball off to Jeremy Pittman.
I don't know what else you need to do here other than just feed Pittman. Feed Pittman, feed Pittman, feed Pittman. But that's not going to happen.
Nope, Summerall trying to escape pressure, being chased by Gibson, able to escape it, and he'll throw it out of bounds. And it'll fall incomplete.
See, and that's the other thing, too, man. That's how you get your quarterback hurt. 5:31 to play. He's back there running around for his life.
And he's taking some shots tonight, too.
Yes, he has. One right here on the near side by Jaden McMillan. And now they're going to have to punt the ball back here. And I mean,
I was going to say, I'm trying to think here.
I don't see it, but, I mean, miracles never cease.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's still a 3-possession game.
Yeah, I just don't see it.
Lopez.
If they'd have got that, then we might be talking differently.
As that ball will chip up and roll out of bounds at about the 39. Might call it the 40.
So let's see if the Tigers can sustain another drive here, putting together yards just as they did. They worked the middle of the field really, really well on that last drive. Butrago, across the middle. Jaden McMillan, a couple of nice catches across the middle. So let's see if they can continue to do that here with a little hurry up mixed in.
I was going to say, if you can get a one-play, one-score here for Holy Trinity,
Boy, you'd take that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. But, I mean, again, the clock's against him here. We'll see what Holy Trinity can do. We will see Drew Zabinski sidecar right of Butrago. McMillan, the receiver, the far side. Butrago was timed, throws, and that one is incomplete. Kriston Gibson, the intended receiver, falls incomplete. He wanted a flag. He's not going to get it.
Well, unfortunately, in today's high school football, a lot of times wide receivers, they no longer know what great coverage is. Everything is a hold or defensive interference because they see it in the league.
Oh, exactly.
And they get up in the league all the time now, and they screaming and crying and whining for flags. And so high school players want it. And that was just great coverage by John Carroll.
6 seconds came off the clock there. We'll see Nathan Reeve, the receiver, to your bottom of your screen. Gibson, the up back. Zabinski sidecar right. Gibson now a man in motion, go to the inside slot on the run. Butrago to McMillan, and that one will fall incomplete. Devin Lewis is the intended. McMillan was the intended receiver. Devin Lewis was a defensive back on the coverage.
That's probably a good idea if Jaden McMillan just let that thing hit the ground, because if he didn't let that ball hit the ground, he may be laying on it.
Very much so. Devin Lewis was flying right to him. .5:10 to play here in the fourth quarter, 42-24. Holy Trinity Tigers. They got some more magic here with 3rd down and 10. Ball's got to get to midfield for first. McMillan, the receiver, at the bottom of your screen. Butrago looking to throw. And that was in miscommunication as he was looking for, I think, McMillan on the go route.
I'm looking down here on the sidelines, Doc, and I must see. Craig Bailey, obviously, down on the sidelines. Craig Bailey's one of the best that there is. I mean, point blank.
He's an institution in Brevard County.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about Hall of Famers. Right there's one right there on your screen. Craig Bailey, Florida Today. Love the guy. Guy's fantastic. Just phenomenal at what he does. But there must be 30 other photographers spread across this field tonight. I don't think I've ever seen so many photographers.
Well, some of them photographers, some of them videographers, some of them whatever.
Producers.
Right.
I mean, my goodness gracious.
Rowan Wright to punt this one again. Sends this one end over end, not returnable, and it'll bounce to about the 31-yard line. Actually called to 30.
Yeah, I don't know what else you could do here other than turn around and hand the ball off.
Yeah, I think that's just got to be the mindset here. Again, I think Jackson Summerall, I know he has the interception, but he's had a decent night tonight. 3 touchdown passes. You'll take a 3-to-1 touchdown-interception ratio all night long. Some pretty good numbers, some nice passes as well.
He's got his. Pittman's got his. Let's give Pittman some more here. Just turn around and give him the ball. Coach Grudy giving these signals over there on the sidelines. First Friday in October, and it is Pittman.
And he'll get a couple of hard-earned yards as he gets to about the 33.
Couple of first downs. You get back on the bus, you go home, and back down to Fort Pierce. About an hour, 20-minute drive down. It's a happy ride home. You move to 5-1. Who do they have next week?
Looking at them next week, let's see. They got on their schedule. They're at Jensen Beach next week versus Sebastian
That's
River.
a big district game for them next week. Jensen Beach had a good year last year. That's a nice little rivalry. So we shall see.
2nd down and 7 to go. Summerall hands off to Pittman once again. Pittman coming to the near sideline, breaks a few tackles, and stopped at about the 39-yard line.
Are you kidding me? I mean, what a move by Pitt. Did you see that move?
He's got moves. He's got all sorts of moves.
I just don't understand how the official put the – he was clearly up here by the 40-yard line. That's not a good spot.
And we'll have to see some changes here as Holy Trinity got caught in the middle of a change.
That's the old Tom Brady sneak right there. Hurry out back to the line of scrimmage, get as low as you can, and forge ahead as far as you can. Nice job by Jackson Summerall. I watch these young quarterbacks try to do the quarterback sneak. And you can tell whether they practice it or they don't practice it, because the first thing that you notice about a quarterback sneak is you're supposed to take the football and get as low. Josh Allen is so good. You watch Josh Allen get so low to the ground, it's almost like he's going between his guard and his center's knees. And that's about where you need to put your helmet in order to make that play successful.
First down and 10. Pittman bounces it to the outside, and he'll go nowhere as Jaden McMillan did a nice job reading that along with Hayden Argo.
Yeah, you're not going to outrun Jaden McMillan from east to west.
Pittman coming up a little bit hobbled on that one. I think he definitely needs to get your backup running back going here with 2:42 to go here.
Yeah, that's the last time Pittman's going to see the field tonight. Young man, good night. Take your helmet off, hand it to the trainer. See you on the bus.
Exactly. Devin Lewis will check in at running back now.
But my point on that was a nice job by Jackson Summerall to do what he did on that sneak.
Second down and 12. And we're going to have a timeout taken here with 2:11 to go here in the fourth quarter, 42-24. The John Carroll Rams want to talk things over here with 2 minutes to go.
I think they're trying to avoid a penalty there, and so take the timeout. 2:11. Takeaways, Knock. What you see here tonight?
I think the main thing is that you got to give a ton of credit. This game was won in the trenches by John Carroll. Their defensive line and their offensive line did a phenomenal job tonight. Yeah. They created a bunch of holes for Jeremy Pittman tonight on the offense.
Yep.
And defensively, Micah Coleman, Eccles, Jackson, they created so much havoc.
Well, I'm going to give Coach Grudy some credit here tonight. I've been a little tough on him at times here tonight, but I'm going to give Coach Grudy some credit because, they came out with a game plan to throw the football. And I think it threw Holy Trinity off guard. And I fully think Holy Trinity thought they would come out and lean on Pittman from the start. They did not do that. I think they became a little too enamored with the passing game at times. But then once they eventually found Pittman and settled in, it really became something fun to watch for John Carroll. And this is a good football team Holy Trinity went up against tonight. This was a measuring stick game. And the Tigers won't get the win, but they're going to pass my test, especially playing in the SSAA.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think, too, what caught them off guard was the fact that they essentially, I don't know if it was a planned onside kick, as we're going to see Housing take the handoff. They said it'll get it to about the 43-yard line. Ball came out.
Short, man.
Yeah, well short. Brings up third down and about 10.
He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Did he do that?
Well, they're going to say he did as he got to the 43.
So the ball goes out of bounds. So the referee says, wind it, and it is. But, yeah, listen, I think if you're Hurley Brown, you like sometimes it's not the size of the dog, right?
I think the thing that you got to like, though, is that this team fought back.
Yeah.
It looked like they had some momentum. You like how they responded late in the first half. 10 unanswered points. And, again, the pick six, the touchdown drives that we've seen here tonight as well for Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
But going back to, John Carroll goes and scores, and then they kick that kick and get the ball right back. That can be a little deflating as well, as we're going to see a timeout taken by John Carroll.
Yeah, for some strange reason, and I don't know why.
Minute 27 to go here in the fourth quarter. But try and get you eyes going on the north right now, as Melbourne Central Catholic is in the quarter, but Titusville.
A little bit of John Bon Jovi in the background right now. I'm sure we've long since been demonetized because of the background music. So,
well, we're talking. They can't
but bottom line is want to thank all of our great sponsors here at Brevard Sports Network, and we'll run the thing. And then once again, please, my guy Caleb, man, I don't know what to say, man, other than Caleb, hang in there, buddy, man. Can't wait till you get back. And
absolutely, and glad he's got good spirits from his video as well.
Yeah, no doubt.
Third down and 10. Summerall looking to throw the football a little bit on the out route to Housing. Housing's going to get he's going to be, depending on the spot. Oh, they got him the first down.
And and if this is anything other than victory formation here, 1:19 to go. And again, and I know this sounds redundant and we're asking a lot, but if you can help, and please share Caleb's GoFundMe. There it is on the screen. Every dime, dollar, whatever helps. And, of course, so does every share as well. So thank you, Brevard County and beyond. Caleb is a treasure to the youth football and high school football community. And his accident a few weeks ago was a shock to so many when that scaffolding blew over as he was broadcasting an 11U football game. And that's victory formation. And knock another one in the books here as John Carroll will move to 5-1 as Jackson Summerall's return to Brevard County is a successful one. Homecoming night, not so much for the Tigers of Holy Trinity as they're going to fall 42-24 here. I'm not exactly sure why there's a timeout on the field, but there is.
I think Holy Trinity called it.
Okay. I have no idea why they would do that. O'Galley all over Ocala Trinity Catholic, 51-0. Nothing on Melbourne at Winter Springs. Vieira 35-7 over Cocoa Beach. Mandarin 38, Rockledge 10. You know what? I got news for you. That barbecue bowl might be a good game, too, this year.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think that definitely will be a definite difference than what we've seen the last 2 years.
27 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. MCC 20, Titusville 14. That's a devastating loss if Titusville loses that football game. But a big win for MCC.
Return to action here, likely to see... Oh, not really another kneel down. Thought we'd see more victory formation here.
Yeah, I mean, well, if the Tigers are going to take a timeout, run one up the go. Yeah, right. Why not?
As Lewis will pick up the first down, that should stop the clock.
And there's a flag. And guy can't come off the sidelines. You don't want to do that. That's the one thing you don't want to do. I just kill this final minute and get out of here. There is no reason to continue to play if this is the temperament going on right now. What you're doing, first of all, you come off the sidelines, that's an automatic week.
Yeah.
And I saw two John Carroll kids run off of that sideline. And, I don't want to see anybody have to spend a suspension, but just run the clock off. Be done. That's it. Should be it. It's over. Dead ball personal foul. It's going to go against John Carroll. Dead ball personal foul. It's going to go against Holy Trinity. First down, and we're going to play this final minute. So, and we've got close to another 3-hour high school football game. 2 hours, 47 minutes. They just should not be happening.
Well, and considering the fact that, you look at this game again, it wasn't like they threw it 50 times and half of them were complete.
It just was a long, drawn-out game tonight. And so, yeah, just take the victory formation and wrap it up, gentlemen. And that'll do it. Your final score from Catherine A. Ford Field here at Kelly Stadium will be John Carroll, 42, Holy Trinity, 24. Tonight's game is brought to you by Chrissy Lindback, the real estate expert, Technique Boxing, Uberzadi, and the cruise coach, Rich Brzezinski. For Anthony Knockreiner, I'm Alan Slaughtersinski. Have a great night, everybody. Join us tomorrow morning, bright and early.